We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are indeed back. We could do that. We could also do this. We could also do this because now we got to reset everything. Reset the scores. Boom. AP testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. We're good. We're live. We're back. John sings. What's up, John? Carter. What's up, Carter? Everything gets reset. Everything back to 0. Let's get our scoreboard up. Let's get our score bug to the right game. We have the Pistons taking on the Raptors. Let's go right there. And shout out to the new, who's that? Hold on, let's get rid of that. Slide this down. Football Kid, appreciate you, Football Kid. Thank you for the subscription, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Let's go ahead and put up our Pistons versus Raptors score bug here. We're here. We should be right there. There we go. See, we got everything set up. Key to plug. What's up, Key? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thank you for that subscription. Thank you for that. Hoobian, we're back. Yes, sir. We are back. Back like we never left because we didn't. We stayed right here. We just switching rooms, keep everything organized. Every stream is in its own room, right? So if you ever wanted to watch the playback of this game, you can come back and do that. If you wanted to watch the playback of the first game we watched, you can come back and do that. And you don't have to go searching. Be like, was it in this stream? Was it in that stream? I know we covered a lot of games on that day. It's all sectioned off here. The Fleas with the Fleas. I bet Drolano is nowhere to be found tonight. Let's go Toronto. We haven't seen Drolano in a while, the Fleas. We haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he's in hiding ever since the Pistons started to slip a little bit there. Who knows? Who knows? NJSK, what's up, NJ? Keep up the good work. I appreciate you and your hard work. Appreciate you, NJ. Appreciate you. I thank you for that, man. But all we're doing is talking about basketball. That's all we're doing, right? Not a ton of hard work. Let's go over to the other game. I just realized we are sitting here on the wrong stream. We're still sitting here for our ABC coverage. So now we have to go over to Amazon to get to our League Pass because you need a gajillion different streaming services to actually watch the NBA this year. All right, go over to our League Pass. There we go. And we're watching Pistons Toronto. So it's already 3:30. They should be live in about 10 minutes. So it gives us a little bit of time here to chat about the game. Not a ton, but we got enough. We got enough. The Flea said, yup, tucking tail. AP said, look at these bum Pistons getting all the easy teams to play, and the Knicks get playoff teams on back-to-backs. Yeah, we got the Lakers just as the Lakers were starting to play extremely well. They beat the Nuggets the other night, or last night, in an overtime victory. That was really fun. So yeah, just as the Lakers are starting to play well, that's when we catch them. Just as Kawhi's been playing ridiculously, that's when we catch them. So nothing easy for New York, which is why I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned come playoff time because I know what this team is capable of. I know what they look like. I know what to expect come playoff time. We have playoff risers, so we play better when the lights are brightest, which is why I'm not worried. No matter what happens in the remainder of the regular season, I'm not worried. It's not going to change my opinion on the Knicks. As long as we can get to the playoffs healthy, that is all I'm rooting for. Benzino said 113-107 Raptors. Thank you for covering this game, Chevy. Appreciate you, Benzino. Of course. Of course. This is the best game on the docket, in my opinion. Like I said, there's only 3 games here starting at 3:30, or actually 3 games starting here at 3:30, which I think is a lot. Marley, what's up, Marley? Hopefully Scottie shows up today, or this thing gets ugly. Yeah, hopefully. They need Scottie to slow down Cade. Yeah, so these are the 3 games that start at 3:30, which is obviously immediately following the action of the Timberwolves and the Thunder game. So you have Mavericks, Cavs, Pistons, Raptors, and Pacers, Bucks. And of the 3 games, this is by far the most entertaining game, in my opinion, mostly because the Mavericks are not trying to win, even though the Cavs are, and then the Pacers and the Bucks are not trying to win either. So a couple of teams not looking to win. At least both the Pistons and the Raptors are trying to win. And we know they're trying to win because if we go over the standings here in the Eastern Conference, Pistons trying to hold on to that 1 seed, although it's very likely they will be able to hold on to that 1 seed. But you want to go into the playoffs playing your best basketball, and right now, I can't say I'm not sure they could say that. They have won 3 in a row, but they are 6-4 in their last 10. So is Boston, so is New York. So not a great stretch for the top 4 seeds in the East. The schedule got a little hard there for a couple of teams. Right, Celtics got hammered with a back-to-back of Spurs and Thunder. Knicks got hammered with the LA teams on the West Coast road trip. So now things should start lightening up a little bit. I will say, shout out to the differentials. The Knicks have climbed up to 6.3. Only a point behind both the Pistons and the Celtics there. Soul's Jazz, what's up, Soul? How do you feel about the Thunder and the Timberwolves? It was a good game. That's all I was rooting for. It was a good game. Came down to the stretch, came down to the wire. Not really, but came to the fourth quarter. And ultimately, that Thunder defense ticked up, and the Timberwolves could not keep up. They've been on a little bit of a slide. Eric C, what's up, Eric? Should be a win streak here. Should be. Let's take a look at the Pistons schedule coming up. So they have the Raptors tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Then they have Washington and Washington. Back-to-back games against Washington. I feel like they've played Washington a million times this year. Then they have Golden State, as Golden State's missing everybody. Maybe Steph Curry will be back for that game. Who knows? Probably not. Then they have the Lakers, and we'll see if the Lakers are still playing well by then. Then you got Atlanta. Then you got New Orleans. You got Minnesota. It's a tough one. You got at OKC. It's a tough one. OKC playing well. Hopefully we can watch that game. It's a 9:30 start times. Hopefully we get to watch that one. We'll see if the Knicks play on the 30th. But then Toronto, Minnesota, Philadelphia, Orlando, Milwaukee, Charlotte, Indiana. Pretty easy schedule to end the season. My goodness, their schedule was easy. So nobody's catching them for that one seed, I'll tell you that. AB said, OMG, Adam Silver did this. Yeah. Pretty easy schedule for the Pistons to end the year. Let's take a look at the Celtics schedule at the end of the season. So if we go over to the Boston now, we can get rid of OKC's injury sheet up here now. There we go. Let's take a look at Boston's schedule to end the season. AB said, look at those easy matchups and look what the Knicks got. Yeah, we'll go over the Knicks schedule in a second here. Let's look at Boston's schedule. They have Phoenix tomorrow, and then Golden State, which is an easy one. Then you got Memphis, easy one. Minnesota, OKC, tough back-to-back there. But they are at home for both of those games. Then you have Atlanta, which could be tough. You have Charlotte, tough. Atlanta, tough. Miami, tough. I think I'm Milwaukee, not really. Toronto can be tough. We'll see. Then you got Charlotte, tough. New York, tough. New Orleans, easy. Orlando, tough. But we'll see. So they have a much harder schedule than Detroit does. Detroit has by far the easier schedule. And if we want, we can take a look at our New York Knicks here, see how they match up top three in the East. Suns Gen said, thank you for not taking a shot at the Suns. Suns can be tough. They can be. They don't go away quietly, I'll tell you that. Very rarely get blown out. We look at the Knicks schedule. They have Golden State tonight. Should be easy. Indiana, we know they always play them tough, so I'm not going to count that as an easy game, even though it should be. Brooklyn should be easy. Washington, easy. New Orleans, easy. Tough one against Charlotte. At Charlotte. Then you're at Oklahoma City. Then you're at Houston. So that's a tough three-game stretch right there. All three on the road. Even flying all the way down to the West Coast. Suns Gen said they're also super fun to watch. They are fun to watch. Jalen Green in March becomes Kobe. I don't know what gets into Jalen Green come March time, but he is like an all-NBA performer come March. Shout out Jalen Green. At Memphis should be an easy one. Chicago should be an easy one. At Atlanta's tough. Boston's tough. Toronto could be tough, but the Knicks usually handle their business against Toronto. And then versus Charlotte to end the season is a tough one. So the Knicks, they have an easy stretch in the middle here, where you have Golden State, Indiana, Brooklyn, Washington, New Orleans. And then you have a really tough stretch to end the season between Charlotte, OKC, Houston on the road. Even Memphis on the road could be a little bit tough. AP said between Detroit and the Lakers and OKC Thunder, the teams get babied. Look what we got. Every team has a very similar schedule, right? So every team plays at least every team twice. Obviously, the difference is when those games come, the travel involved, are they in the second half of back-to-back, right? All of that. So Mojo said, is this an ABC channel game? It is not, unfortunately, a primetime television game. It is just an NBA League Pass game, or if you live in Detroit, in the Detroit area or the Toronto area, you should be able to get these channels, but no. This is, unfortunately, a NBA League Pass game. So we can get rid of this. We are done covering that game. These are the standings we just went over. One Magic fan. What's up, Magic fan? And then later tonight, Blazers 76ers, not a great game. But we got Warriors Knicks at 8. Warriors, Knicks at 8. Hopefully the Knicks put on a good, fun show because the Warriors are down a million guys in the roster. And then later tonight, they end it with Jazz Kings. So not the greatest slate of games. Obviously, the first one was good. I'm hoping this Pistons-Raptors game is also good. And then we'll take a little bit of a breather before we come back at 8 p.m. Right? AP said, I have no sympathy for the Warriors. Neither do I. Neither do I. None at all. Is that Anthony Bonner? Don't tell me that's Anthony Bonner doing the analysis here for Detroit's broadcast. No, this is the Raptors broadcast. Does Anthony Bonner have history with the Raptors? Mojo said, I pay for 5 different apps to watch the NBA, just still can't watch because it's another app. The NBA has to fix this. Me too, Mojo, me too. We got YouTube TV for the national games like ABC and NBC. We have ESPN. We have NBA League Pass. We have Peacock. And we have the Gotham Sports app to watch Knicks games. So, AB's the Anthony Bonner, number 4 for the Knicks. I didn't even realize Anthony Bonner played for the Knicks. Shout out Anthony Bonner. The only thing I know Anthony Bonner for is on those Spurs teams and having that catapult-like jump shot. Kinahara, what's up, Kinahara? Happy Sunday from cloudy Newark, New Jersey, Penn Street. Is it cloudy out? Look outside the window. It's pretty cloudy. It's pretty cloudy. It is indeed pretty cloudy. Jay Hammer said, Cavs, Mavs, Cavs. Flag Mobley? Flag Mobley could be fun. That could be fun. We're getting our entrances here. Penn Station, my bad. One thing we could do before we get to the tip-off here is they're announcing the starting lineups. Go over real quick. Right, we can hang out here for a bit. Hoobie said, I just listened to Sheffy and I'm good. We know Cade Cunningham's playing. As a matter of fact, real quick, let's look at the injury report. I assume both teams are healthy and ready to go. Pacers, Bucks just tipping off now. Did not do that before we got ready for this. So real quick, take a look at the Pistons injuries. I assume everybody's healthy. Isaiah Stewart is out. All right, no Isaiah Stewart, a calf strain. Not great, but Isaiah Stewart is out. That hurts. It definitely hurts the Pistons there. If we take a look at the Raptors injuries, are we good? Yeah, Colin Murray-Boyle, who's been out for a while with the thumb, is out. And then Chucky Hepburn, who's obviously not a part of the rotation, is also out. Spotted no longer with crutches, so that's good at least. Well, that's good. So the Pistons have won 3 in a row after losing 4 straight. Here we go. AB said Anthony Bonner was on Pat Riley's Knicks. Really? I did not know. Keanar said Anthony Bonner got significant minutes at power forward for us for several years. The fan Steve Summers always played a boing sound when he mentioned his name because of how it sounds relative to a Grady. I did not know. Like I said, the only thing I know Anthony Bonner for is on those Spurs teams later in their dynasty run, if we want to call them a dynasty, because they were good for 20 years. With that like slingshot catapult type jump shot. But here we go. Mojo, even though I watch the games, I sure like to listen to you call the games. You do good work. Appreciate you, Mojo. Appreciate you. Here we go. Let's set ourselves up. Let's go over here. Set our game cast up. Here we go. Our best sniper was Steve Novak, please. He was with us for 2 years, 94 finals and 95. Shout out Anthony Bonner, man. I always liked him. I just did not expect to see Anthony Bonner doing the Toronto Raptors broadcast. I did not expect that. All right, here we go. Getting ready for the tip. Both teams mostly healthy. Pistons missing Isaiah Stewart, which is a significant loss. But All-Star Thompson is back out there, which is a huge gain. Thompson, speaking of, will bring it down after the Pistons win the tip. And here we go. They get it over to Cunningham. Cunningham gets it over to Duren. Duren up top, gets it out to Harris. Harris coming to his left, driving it down to the foul line. Step back, pump fake over to Duren. Duren driving it down on Pirtle. Lefty layup, got it to go for Jalen Duren. And he opens up the game with a lefty layup past Pirtle there. Pirtle has it up top. They get it out to Ingram. Oh, that's Scottie Barnes, excuse me. Barnes up top, being guarded by Cunningham. Coming to his right. Behind his back. Now coming to his left, down the lane, inside the Pirtle. Shot clock's winding down. He pump fake, leans in, scoop lay with the left hand. Got it on the rim, can't get it to go. Barnes skies for a rebound, knocks it out to Pirtle. Over to RJ. RJ down the lane, kicks out to Ingram. Ingram the three, comes up well short. Pirtle the rebound, knocks it over to Barrett, and Barrett knocks down a floater to tie us up. Here comes All-Star Thompson bringing it down the other way, looking for an answer. Over to Duren. Duren up top, hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham coming to his right, off the screen, dancing with it, pulls it all the way back out, being guarded by Barnes. Cunningham coming to his left off a high Duncan Robinson screen, and a foul on Duncan Robinson. We'll give the ball back to the Raptors here. Raptors can be feisty. They can be difficult to deal with, but they can run out of offense very quickly. And against one of the better defenses in the NBA in the Toronto Raptors, we'll see if they're going to be able to survive sticking with them in this game tonight. RJ gets a free run to the basket, but if the Pistons just decide to not play defense today, that would be an interesting development, as RJ gets a free run to the rim for a left-handed throwdown, and Harris has it on the right wing, being guarded by Ingram. Over the top pass to nobody, and the Pistons throw it out of bounds. A wacky start for the Detroit Pistons so far here tonight. They have not been on the same page. Hashman, what's up, Hashman? Fortnite Clips, what's up, Fortnite? RJ up top off the handoff, being guarded by Thompson. Hands it off to Ingram. Ingram gets it over to Pirtle. Pirtle gets it over to Quickly. Quickly behind the back. Step back, pump fake. Gets it over to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by Thompson. Coming to his right off a Quickly screen. Ingram 1-on-1 against Duncan Robinson. Gets all the rim. Lefty layup over Jalen Duren. Got it to go for Brandon Ingram. I got to get into it. I got to get the players right. Thompson on the left wing, dancing with it. Crosses over to his left on Barrett, spins to his right. He's got nowhere to go, and they call a 3 seconds, defensive 3 seconds, and a free throw, free point here for Detroit. Christian Blaze said, I'm not correcting. I didn't know that's how you pronounce Pirtle's name. Sounds like a Pokemon, respectfully. Jakob Pirtle. Jakob Pirtle. Cunningham knocks down the free throw on the defensive 3 seconds. Keenar said, if Mike Brown is smart, he won't show Detroit anything special in the regular season. Save it for the playoffs like Tibbs did. Yep. Although I'm not sure Tibbs saved too much that was special for the playoffs. He did save a little bit. I think it was more so having to change out of desperation more so than saving things. Duncan Robinson down the lane, gets fouled on the layup attempt to go to the foul line for 2. Right? I guess we could give the benefit of the doubt to Tom Thibodeau, but I think it was more so desperation than, I'm saving this for the playoffs. Keenar said, Pirtle is not exactly right, but it's close enough for non-German speakers. Close enough. Close enough. That's how everybody... Duncan Robinson is a free throw. So when the broadcasters do NBA games, they get name sheets, obviously, of the players, so they can pronounce everybody's name correctly, and the players can give phonetic spellings as to how they want their name pronounced, which is why it feels like every season people are pronouncing Dennis Schroeder's name differently. So you can tell people how to properly pronounce your name, and Pirtle has it pronounced as Pirtle, right? So I guess it's as close as he expects people to get as non-German speakers, like he said. Ingram down the lane, puts up the jumper. Got it to go for Brandon Ingram. Duncan Robinson did knock down the other free throw, so it's 8-4, 9:18 to go. Cunningham kicks it out to Harris. Harris on the left wing, back to Cunningham. Cunningham up top being guarded by Barnes. Cunningham swings through to his right, pocket pass to Duren, rolling to the rim, gets fouled. He's going to the foul line for 2. Chris Rowe, what's up, Chris? Appreciate you, brother. Jay Hammer said, yes, we have some trick player something. Mo Diawara. Mo Diawara been looking like a rookie. Couple of games in a row here, so we'll see. Suns Jen said NBA site has all players pronouncing their own names, which is cool. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look that up for a couple of guys. Simple, what's up, Simple? I want to see Giannis as Duren misses the first free throw. Simple said, I want to see Giannis or Kawhi on the Knicks just for fun. I would love if they could void Kawhi's contract and then Kawhi could just come over to the Knicks for free, right? Come sign that minimum. Come sign that minimum, Kawhi. I'd appreciate you for that, brother. Come win a ring with here in New York. Duren does at least knock down the second free throw. It's 8-5. 3-point game. Quickly bringing it down. He has it up top being guarded by Thompson. Ben, what's up, Ben? Quickly crosses over. Pump fakes. Gets Thompson up in the air. Draws the foul. Thompson looked like he got whacked in the head. And he crumbles to the floor. Fortnite clips it out. When did Ingram become so good? He was trash on the Lakers? When he was on the Pelicans. That's when he became good. You missed that middle part of his career. When he got traded to the Pelicans for Davis, he was good. He became really good. Hubian said, Knicks show up when it matters, so come playoff time, we should be ready against the Pistons, in my opinion. I hope so. Keenar said, yes, I know. Pirtle obviously knows Pirtle is close as your typical broadcaster can expect to get. Yeah. I know that it's not like the perfect pronunciation of Antetokounmpo. It's not the perfect pronunciation either. So I'm sure players with... It is a flagrant foul on All-Star Thompson, by the way. So it's 2 free throws and the ball for Toronto here. Abe said, Knicks better show up. I mean, they have not let us down in terms of showing up in the playoffs. They show up. They don't always win, but they show up and play hard. Well, at least one guy has always shown up in Jalen Brunson. Some of the other guys, not so much. But I fully expect our guys to show up here. Keenar said, Mo clearly has rookie moments, but he definitely has potential to be a significant role player or maybe even starter. I mean, definitely down the line, has the potential to be a starter for sure. I'm with that. But mostly talking about this playoff run, I could see him sliding out of the rotation come, the playoffs. Like, if he has those moments, I could see Mike Brown just being like, all right, we can't take the risk tonight. But he's got the potential for sure. I mean, nobody's higher on Mo Diawara than me. Like, I think this guy can be the face of the franchise, which we'll see. But nobody's higher on Mo than me. I'll tell you that. Quickly knocks down both free throws. And we're under 9 to go. I guess it didn't meet the criteria of flagrant because they don't get the ball back. Okay. Thompson has it up top, 5-point lead, 10-5. Thompson, Euro slips down the lane, gets the ball ripped out of his hands by Pirtle. What a play. My guy, the Fleas, with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, the Fleas. He said, likes, let's run it up. My guy, captain of the Like Brigade. Appreciate you, Fleas. Scottie Barnes, a baseline pull-up jumper over Thompson. Can't get it to go. Threw up an air ball. Here comes Harris pushing it the other way. Harris on the right wing, being guarded by Ingram. Half spin, coming to his left off the Duren screen. Harris hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham to his right, drops it down to Duren, kicks it out to Harris. Pump fakes, ran up the line by Barrett. Excellent scrambling defense here from the Raptors. Harris settles for the fall-away foul line jump shot. Can't get it to go. Pirtle the rebound, and they get over to Quickly. Quickly bringing it down. Has it up top. Quickly being guarded by Robinson. Quickly coming to his left off the Pirtle screen to get it over to Barrett. Up top to Ingram. Ingram the straightaway 3. Brandon Ingram. In and out, can't get it to go, but Pirtle knocks the rebound right out to him. He gets another try at it wide open, and this time he gets it to go down, and it's a timeout for the Detroit Pistons with just under 8 minutes to go here. 4 minutes into the game, a timeout for Detroit as an 8-point lead has been built up here for the Toronto Raptors, 13-5. 13-5. AB said James Dolan has come out again and said he wants the finals. He didn't come out again. It was just somebody re-reporting something that was said months ago. He didn't say it again. He only said it the one time. But somebody was like, man, it's a slow news day. Let's just run that James Dolan story again. My buddy Chris, what's up, Chris? The Big Purr is the X Factor. He needs to kill to beat the best teams. And he has been fantastic post All-Star break. So I got full expectations that Karl Anthony Towns is going to be fantastic. Come playoff time. Keno Hart said, Karl Anthony Towns is not a defender. I don't love non-defensive centers unless you got offense like Jokic, and even he is underrated on defense. I think Karl Anthony Towns has had by far his best season defensively. I actually think he's been a good defensive center this year, Keno Hart. Traditionally, he's been bad defensively. This year, I'd argue he's been very good, right? The Knicks have the 5th best defense in the NBA. They're ranked 5th in defense. You don't get there with a bad defensive center. He has been very good this season. Even if you want to say, okay, he's been average, let's settle down. Okay, he's been average. That's fine. You can survive with an average defensive center if you're getting the offensive production that he's been giving you. Towns has improved. Towns has improved a lot, right? And you're getting effort from Jalen Brunson, which is all you could ask for. We know Jalen Brunson's going to struggle no matter what because of his size, but you're getting effort from Brunson. Towns has been way better defensively. Keenar said I was talking about Pirtle, not Cat. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Pirtle, I mean, he's not terrible. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to talk about Pirtle, to be honest. He's kind of been in and out of the lineup. Sometimes he's good defensively, sometimes not. He's going to be a key factor into how far Toronto can go. Can they actually win a first-round matchup? Are they going to get ran out of the court? Keenar said, I don't believe Cade is a center. Well, he's playing center, so he's now a center, unfortunately. But they will have plenty of opportunities. Not even opportunities. They will have opportunities, but they will have plenty of moments where they go to the double big lineup and have Mitchell Robinson out there with them. But he plays both. He is a center and a power forward. I would lean more towards him being mostly a center with the way that he plays. Chris said, as a Rockets fan, I hope the Knicks go to the finals. I don't like the Celtics. Appreciate you, Chris. I'm rooting hard for it too. Phil Flea said, remember Cat pulling on his jersey, talking crap about the Dagger 3 versus Toronto last year? Peak performance. He needs that swagger back. I think he's getting it. I think he's getting that swagger back for sure. David Oz Jr., what's up, David? At least no Doris Burke tonight. Yeah, it's an NBC game, right? Yeah, so no Doris Burke. Here we go. Cunningham bringing it down, being guarded by Jacoby Walter, who's in the game. Cunningham coming to his left of the screen, tries to get it to the corner, gets knocked out of bounds by Barrett. Good defensive pressure from R.J. Barrett so far here tonight. FIK, what's up, FIK? Let's go Pistons. Here we go. Pistons, winners of their last 3 after losing 4 in a row, trying to get back on the winning side. Cross-court pass to Thompson in the right corner, kicks it up top to Harris. Harris coming to his right, off the Thompson screen. Harris has R.J. Barrett switched onto him, backing him down, step back, fall away mid-range shot, his go-to, and he knocks it down. 7:30 to go. Quickly, up top, coming to his right, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett gets it over to Pirtle. Pirtle, being guarded by Duren, spins, coming to his right, trying to hand it off to somebody, gets it over to Quickly. Quickly off the handoff, fires up a 3, can't get it to go. Rebounded Duren, here comes Cunningham. Cunningham has it up top. Spins to his right off of Walter, driving it down in the paint, leans in, righty layup, got it to go for Cade Cunningham. Back-to-back buckets, and a timeout for the Raptors. So timeout for the Pistons, and then they come out, get a couple of stops, get a couple of scores. They knock it back to a 4-point game. And then now Toronto's going to respond with a timeout of their own. They don't like the momentum that Detroit is picking up here. AP reminding people to hit the like button. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, please go ahead, hit that thumbs up button. I very much appreciate it. It's by far the best thing you can do to help show support to the channel and the community. AP said the Pistons have been talking a lot of jazz this year. They have indeed. But I tell you, when you're 48-14, you got bragging rights for the regular season. Obviously, we know the playoffs are a different beast. But when you win, you get bragging rights. And they won a lot. So they've been talking a lot. So, all right, we'll take the smack talk for now, at least in my opinion. I'm like, all right, go ahead, let it out. You deserve it. You won your way to that, right? That's what you get for winning the regular season. You earn the ability to talk your smack. But come playoff time, guess what? Records reverse back to 0-0. And we're all back at the beginning of the starting line again. David Osh Jr. said, pretender Pistons win playoff series first. Fair. Jeff Brown, what's up, Jeff? Max is back. Hey, is it his season debut? Max Strus is back. Nice. We'll check out the box scores as the night goes on. We do have a timeout here, so we can take a look real quick. Is he in the starting lineup, or are they bringing him off the bench? The Flea said, y'all got him momentarily. Yeah, I mean, look, they won a lot in the regular season. So, okay, you win. That's what you get for winning in the regular season. You get to talk smack for the regular season. Jeff said, yes, 6 quick points. Nice. Always love to see guys be able to come back. I want to see teams at full health. Not in the starting lineup, though, but off the bench. He only played 1 minute. Knocked down 2 threes immediately. Shout out Max Strus, man. AOD, what's up, AOD? He said, just up. Appreciate you, AO. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight, man. Thank you for that. Detroit basketball, Pistons fan. Appreciate you, brother. Look at Max Strus back out there, man. I do like to see that. Is Cooper Flag playing? Cooper Flag is playing. He's been struggling as of late, though. All right, let's get back to our game here. We're coming back. Travis in the 90s responds with playoff basketball. All right, here we go. Get rid of this and this. Some full court pressure here from Detroit. And quickly we'll bring it down as the Pistons run back. Herter now kind of part of the rotation. Herter in this first quarter. Under 7 to go. Barrett gets it over to Ingram. Ingram up top. Being guarded by Harris. Ingram, jab step, coming to his right. Swings it out to Barrett. Barrett driving to his left against Cunningham. Gets under the rim. Tries to leave it off for Walter. Walter picks it up. Kicks it out to Ingram. Ingram pump fakes. Now puts it up at the buzzer. Doesn't get it off in time. It came up short anyway. And it's a shot clock violation. The ball's going to go back to Detroit. Christian Blake and Knicks fans will be insufferable when they're the number 1 seed of these upcoming seasons. I mean, we'll see, man. Our core is getting old. Our core is getting old. And there's some young guns up and coming, man. Indiana got better this season by adding Zubac. Boston gets a fully healthy Tatum next year, and their young guys are getting better. Now, we do have Mo Diawara in the bag, but, you know, he's going to have to take a leap next year. Travis, what's up, Travis? An off-ball foul on the Raptors there, so it's out of bounds for Detroit. Travis said, thank you for the live stream today for the Thunder Wolves game. It was fun to follow along, and commentary was excellent. This was my first time seeing your channel. Appreciate you, Travis. Appreciate you. And we're going to keep the party going, man, so I'd love if you hang out with us. Duran has it up top, hits Herter cutting back door. Herter stops. In his tracks as Proto steps in front. Herter swings through, kicks it out to Robinson. Ran off the line, sidestep 3 actually for Robinson. Too strong, can't get it to go. Ingram the rebound and gets ran into by Duran, and it's a foul on Jalen Duran. TJ said, do you think Duran hits 18 and 2 assists? He could. It's around his averages. AP said they're getting old. They're only 30. 30 is old in the NBA, AP. 30 is old. I'm worried, man. Our core is aging. Maybe I'm too worried, but RJ spots up for a 3 off the Pirtle handoff. Can't get it to go. Cunningham gets the long rebound. Shot out of a cannon. Leaves it off for Harris for the easy layup for Tobias Harris. Beautiful drop-off pass from Cunningham there. Drew the defense. Dropped it off. Harris lays it up nice and easy. It's back to a 2-point game. Under 6 to go as we're past the halfway point. Ingram on the left wing being guarded by Herter. Ingram dancing with it, crosses over to his left, gets to the baseline, has some space, pump fake spins as the space is closed, kicks it out to quickly, left wing 3, he's open, comes up short and misses it. Long rebound, they pass it out to the head-to-head pass to Cade Cunningham, who gets the layup against Jacoby Walter, and the foul, and just like that, the Pistons could take the lead. 8-0 run for Detroit. Get right back into this one, can make it a 9-0 run, as Cunningham's at the foul line for one more. Bruce Fowler said, I do not like Bernie Bickerstaff. Crazy, brother. Crazy. Bruce said, sorry for my language on a Sunday. He is hot-headed, I will say. He is very hot-headed. Cade Cunningham trying to give Detroit the lead, and he does just that, knocking down the and one free throw. 14-13, 5:30 to go. RJ up top, crossing over to his left, down the lane, cross-court pass quickly, wide open right corner 3, and this time quickly cashes that one out. My buddy Chris said, you got guys still killing it at a 36. I'm surprised, probably because of load management. Guys are just taking better care of themselves. Herter knocks down a 3 in response to quickly. And as Detroit takes the 1-point lead back, 17-16 here. Herter starting to knock down some shots with Detroit. Could be dangerous. They add another shooter. Ingram down the lane. Pump fakes as Duran picks him up. Ingram gets caught in the air. Back to Ingram. Ingram catches. Pump fakes against Duran. Pulls it out. Ingram's going to look to dance with it. Walks into the pull-up 3 over Duran. Way off, can't get it to go. Rebound to Herder. Herder looking to push, gets it over to Cunningham. Cunningham has it up top, gets it over to Harris. Harris catches, pump fakes, driving to his left, throws a lob up top to Duren, and Duren throws it down with two hands. And Detroit easing themselves into this game, finding the cracks in the Toronto Raptors armor right now. And Toronto's got to look for an answer. 14-3 run for Detroit here. We still have 4.5 to go in this first quarter. Ingram has it up top, and a loose ball foul, and Duncan Robinson pushing Jamal Shed there. So he was coming up to set the screen. Netgio? What's up, Cot? Cleveland? Shout out Cleveland. Larry Adams. What's up, Larry? Gaming with NFL. What's up, Gaming? I need Cade to shoot some three-pointers. Trav in the 90s said, Toronto, what are y'all doing? AB said, you know how many times I called JV Bernie? Barnes is back in. He's got the big headband on. Mamu Kalashvili gets it over to Shed. Shed gets fouled on the cut to the rim by Levert. Reno Biz, what's up, Reno? So 19-16 here, 3-point lead for Detroit. Barnes will inbound it again. Gets it into Mamu Kalashvili. Mamu gets it over to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by Ron Holland. Ingram blows past him, gets to the rim, and gets the foul. He's going to the foul line for two. Ron Holland and Cade Cunningham, palms up in the air. Don't like the foul call. But that's 2 free throws for Brandon Ingram here. He's kind of been the sole offensive guy for Toronto here. RJ a little bit. Barrett a little bit. Bruce Fowler said, I'm convinced Detroit's no ratting across the boards has a lot to do with them just beating some teams into submission. Which I guess is fair. Like a huge defensive line just leaning on an offense. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks used to do that as well. You know, it's a part of not as much talent, and it's not number one rating. It's not, I mean, they've dropped down to 2. They're below OKC now. They kick it out. Ron Holland, an open left corner 3, comes up well short. Ingram, Barnes, the rebound. I think that is a fair assessment, but I think it is a fair tactic to utilize. The Knicks utilized back in the day when you don't have as much talent as other teams. As Mamu Kalashvili knocks down a right wing 3, and just like that, Toronto getting back into it, up by 2 here. There you go. Some of the bench guys come in, they swing the ball around, get a couple of defensive stops. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by Ingram. Coming to his right, they lob it down low to Duren, catches, goes up, doesn't get the layup. Had a wide open layup under the rim, missed it, but he does draw the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. It could be Bonita Crane. What's up, Bonita? You know, the way they play is like, yeah, they're going to lean on you and they're going to apply this pressure and they're going to beat you physically until you're just tired and exhausted and you don't want to be in that game anymore. And then suddenly you don't have your legs under you and you're missing shots. That is a fair tactic to utilize. It is also, I think, like I said, eminent of them not having the offensive talent to kind of win in other ways, right? Like they win the way that they win, and that's the way that they win, right? And unless Cade Cunningham or Duncan Robinson or now maybe Kevin Huerter or Levert are getting hot from the perimeter and knocking down a bunch of three-point shots, that's kind of just the only option that they have. Duren splits the free throws. Here comes Toronto. Mamu Kalashvili driving down the lane, gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Huerter. Loose ball. Holland picks it up. Quick outlet to Cunningham. Cunningham up top. Driving it down. Crosses over to his left. Down the lane. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Duren grabs it in the paint. Pump fake goes up. Layup. Got it to go for Jalen Duren. And a 1-point lead to Detroit. Both of these teams going back and forth. Barnes bringing it down. Settles for the mid-range pull-up jumper. I don't know why Barnes is settling for jump shots, but Jonathan Mogbo? Is that Mogbo? Jonathan Mogbo skies and able to tip in the offensive rebound over Duren there. They got Mogbo in there just trying to match up with Duren, but Duren just puts him on his back, gets post positioning, and draws the foul on Mogbo on the entry pass there. 22-23 now. Bruce said that's not good defense. It's good defense for the regular season. We'll see, you know, as people have said, we'll see how it works out in the playoffs for them. They are also a good defense. But I don't know if they're an incredible defense. They do have very good defenders, but they can be a little bit of hacks. I'm also not sold on Jalen Duren as an interior rim protector right now. But that is also why they have Isaiah Stewart playing alongside of him at times. Naughty Ghost, what's up, Naughty Ghost? Duren knocks down both free throws. Getting himself to the foul line here. Under 3 to go. They hand it off to Ingram. Ingram coming to his right off the Mogbo screen. Foul line pull-up jumper for him. Got it to go down for Brandon Ingram. Here come the Pistons pushing it the other way. Cunningham driving to his left, crossing over to his right, down the lane, kicks it in the corner. LeVert, pump fakes, sidestep, right corner 3, splashes in nothing but net for LeVert. And Mamukelashvili gets out and run, loses the handle on the way up, saying he got hit in the face, but I think he just lost the ball and then was embarrassed. Holland hands it off to Herter. Herter catches, pump fakes, inside pass to Duren. Mamukelashvili hustled back and comes up with a steal. Barnes saves it from going out of bounds. What hustle from Mamukelashvili, though. Shed hands it off to Ingram. Ingram dancing with it against Herter. Has him in the post. Backs him down. Fall away jumper. Got it to go for Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram looking smooth tonight. Getting to his spots and knocking it down. We're knotted up at 27 with under 2 to go in this first quarter. Cunningham crosses over to his right. Down the lane. Putting his head down to the basket. Shot off glass. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Barnes knocks it over to Mogbo. Here comes Jamal Shed. Shed has it up top. Being guarded by Cunningham. Shed, winding down some time, gets it over to Ingram now. Ingram swings through to his right on Herter, spins to his left, they bring a double team, he kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes inside pass to Shed, and Shed draws the foul on Cunningham off the pump fake. And I would expect this to be 2 free throws. Shed couldn't necessarily rise up and shoot it because Cunningham fell literally on top of his head. Naughty Ghost said, hoping Sasser still sees the court even though All-Star is back in the lineup. He's proven to be one of Detroit's best three-point shooters. Yeah, I found it strange that he didn't really get minutes all season long. We will see if he gets minutes tonight now that All-Star Thompson is back. Jacoby Walter coming back into the game. Brandon Ingram finally gets a rest. I probably would have put in Barrett personally, but... Or quickly. I'd want 2 of my 4 core guys out there at all times. Shed knocks down both free throws. 29 to 27. Cunningham walking the dog down the court. Doesn't want to start the time yet. Brother, just pick it up and go. Come on. What are we doing? Cunningham has it. They get it over to LeVert. LeVert, jab step, spins, coming to his left. Driving it down on Mogbo to the rim. Loses the handle, but that's because he's fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. That's 2 fouls on Mogbo, 2 fouls on Walter. Oh, only foul. 2 fouls on Mogbo, 2 fouls on Walter. So LeVert's at the foul line for 2. He just knocked down a 3. Bruce said excellent showing by Toronto at home. Bravo. So far, first quarter. We'll see how they look and how they feel come fourth quarter time. LeVert knocks down the first one. Did he knock down that first one? I think he missed it. Came up short. LeVert's got one more coming. We're gonna get Bear back into the game. Like I said earlier, we should have got Bear back in the game. Bruce said when the Detroit plays Toronto, they must say to themselves, "Oh, great, more Knicks." Very true. I will say, though, it's not like they played them in the playoffs, so they don't have that kind of animosity to these Knicks. Shout out RJ and IQ. LeVert does at least knock down the second free throw, 29 to 28. It's been a back-and-forth affair so far to start this game tonight. 1:15 to go in this first quarter. Barrett bringing it down, being guarded by LeVert. Barrett crosses over to his left. He's got a lane, drives it down all the way to the basket, lefty layup, got it to go. Some not great defense for Detroit in this first quarter, I'm not going to lie. A couple of times, RJ just had a wide open lane to the basket. This time they give him another wide open lane, driving to his left hand, which is obviously his best finishing hand. Cunningham has it up top, sees a double team, gets it inside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed faces up, can't knock down the mid-range jumper. Rebound over to Barnes, and Barnes Gets it over to Shed. Jamal Shed has it up top. Pulling it out. Jamal Shed gets it over to Barnes. Barnes swings through to his left. No look pass inside the Bear. Bear reverse layup. Got it to go. And a 4-point lead. 5-point lead. 33-28. They lob it over the top to Paul Reed. Paul Reed in the paint. Goes up. Gets the layup to go for Paul Reed. We know Toronto lacks a ton of size. So that has consistently been an issue for them this year, especially when they play bigger teams like Toronto. I mean, like Detroit. Shed has it up top being guarded by Ron Holland. Not a fan of Ron Holland's hairstyle right here tonight. He's got the pigtails going. Not a fan of the pigtails. They get over to Jacoby Walter. They kick it out to Mamoukalashvili. Hit one earlier. Misses that one right there. Rebound to Ron Holland. Holland pushing the pace the other way, but he's going to look to hold it for the final shot. Never mind. He's going to rush it down. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham loses the handle. He's got to put it up off of one leg, and he got it to go with the buzzer. Cade ties us up at 33. One-legged three fading out of bounds over Mamoukalashvili as he lost the handle on the ball, and we go into the second quarter on the buzzer beater. Sometimes you just got to heave it up there and ask the basketball gods to look kindly down upon you. Lionel Mona said, Knicks Warriors, who's in and who's out? Oh, brother, Lionel. Think in your mind this season about the Golden State Warriors, right? And think about their roster. And every player that comes to your mind, I'm going to tell you right now, they're not available. I'm going to tell you right now, they are not available, right? No Steph Curry, no Draymond Green, no Al Horford, no DeAnthony Melton, no Kristaps Porzingis. Quentin Post is questionable. Obviously, no Jimmy Butler. That's already 7 guys I've named. Pretty much their entire rotation is injured or just out for whatever reason. 40 plus with the 40 plus. Started second. My bad. I put third. Oof. I'm trying to jump in time over here. HB Link. What's up, HB Link? Count that one tonight for Cade. He's open. 9 points, 3 for 5 from the field, 3 assists. Cade Cunningham doing Cade Cunningham things out there. RJ up to 8 on 4 for 5 shooting, though, I will say. Mamoukalashvili hit that 3. Shed with 2. Walter has yet to shoot. Barnes 0 for 2 from the field. Barnes got the 2 shots he took were these terrible leaning mid-range fall-away shots. I don't know why he's shooting those. That's not his game. Abe Lincoln, what's up, Abe? Scottie selling my fantasy basketball team. It's the first quarter. I expect Scottie Barnes to pick his play up as this game goes on. Lana Mona said the whole team is out. I'm not sure about the Knicks. Like, I haven't looked up to see is Towns playing today? Is Josh Hart going to be available? Is Sohan available? I don't know. Mostly because I don't think it matters. With that many players being out. Oh, they took a point away from Detroit. They say it was a long 2. From Cunningham there at the end. I don't think it matters who's available for the Knicks. They are ultimately healthier than the Warriors, and they should be able to pull off that victory. The only thing that worries me is a bunch of G Leaguers and end-of-the-bench guys going into Madison Square Garden and being like, oh, it's my time to show out. So, HB Ling, how's it going today, brother? How's it going today? It was a pretty nice day outside for the most part, right? Nadio said, Cade also found his 3 after the All-Star break. He did. I don't know who he talked to or coached with, but he's putting more power into his shots beyond the arc, and a lot less shots are falling short. I don't think it's more power. I think it's getting the arc higher. It's actually utilizing your legs to get the shot up more. He was shooting a very flat shot before, and that's a very difficult shot to get to go down consistently. Quickly has it up top as we start the second quarter. Over to Barnes, back to Quickly. Quickly, being guarded by Javonte Green. They lob it over to Barnes. Barnes swings through, coming to his left. Sees the double team. Stasser in the game. They swing it out to Shed. Jamal Shed, a right wing 3, an inconsistent shooter. In and out, can't get that one to go. Barnes the offensive rebound. Inside to Barrett. Draws the foul. It's going to the foul line for one more. Scottie Barnes doing a really good job of moving the ball around. He just sees the court extremely well. He's only sitting with two assists, but he's made a couple of passes that have led to fouls. Gaming with the NFL, did they take Cade's 3-pointer away? I think they did. I think they called it a long 2 instead. Abe Lincoln said, you and I could be starting for the Warriors today? Probably. Bro, they just signed Omer Yurtseven to a 10-day contract, and they were like, hey, buddy, now you're playing tonight. I think he might even start. Barrett knocks down both of his free throws. Sasser has it up top, coming to his left. They get over to Paul Reed. Paul Reed tries to hand it off to LeVert, but not through his hands. Paul Reed recovers it. He's being guarded by Barnes, backing him down, hands it back over to LeVert. LeVert inside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed in the paint, steps through, tries to get it down low. RJ knocks the ball loose and picks it off the steal. Nice awareness there for RJ Barrett to get the steal. Barnes bringing it down, directing traffic, gets it over to Quickly. Quickly swings through to his right, down the lane, mid-range, gets caught in the air, gets it over to Barnes. No-look pass by Barnes again, and Mamukelashvili can't get the layup. That's the third no-look pass from Barnes to a wide-open pass, a wide-open teammate under the rim that has led immediately to a foul. So Barnes doesn't get credited with the assist, but he has created 3 opportunities for his teammates tonight. My goodness. He is killing the Pistons tonight with the no-look pass inside, or the look-off pass inside. So he looks inside, sees the defense there, and then looks to the corner and pretends like he's going to swing it out to the corner, so the defense immediately reacts and starts moving towards there, and then quickly just no-looks it inside to the big man who he wanted to get it to all along. And Mamukelashvili splits the free throws, but Scottie Barnes knocks the ball back out to his teammates. A 3 for Mamukelashvili, too strong. Barnes in the paint, battling for that rebound. Barnes wants the foul call. He doesn't get it. Barnes is absolutely hooping out there. He's got the headband knocked off his head all different ways. LeVert gets a lane of the basket. Euro step layup. Got it to go. 34-36 as Mamu split the previous free throws. And quickly has it up top. Quick crossover to his left. Pocket pass to Barnes down the lane. Kicks it out to Shed. Shed can't catch cleanly. So now he takes the baseline inside the Mamukelashvili. Steps through. Layup. Got it to go over Reed. And here comes Detroit looking for an answer. It's a 4-point game. These teams have been going back and forth all night so far, or all day. Sasser pump fakes from 3, steps back, swings it out to Holland. Holland mishandles the ball, driving it down. Now he's got a lane, goes up, layup, got it to go. As somebody on the inside for Toronto slipped and fell, and Holland had an easy layup at the rim off the cut. Here comes Shed bringing it down the other way. They lob it over to Barnes. Barnes has it up top. No look pass over to Barrett. Extra pass over to Quickly. Wide open 3 for Emmanuel. Quickly comes up short. Can't get it to go. They've had some wide open looks that Toronto just has not taken advantage of. They swing it out to Sasser, who gets chased down, blocked by Barnes. My goodness, Barnes all over the place tonight. Quickly bringing it down. Crosses over on Holland. Holland swipes at the ball. Ball gets blocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Toronto. Quickly wondering where his foul call was. He's a little upset and frustrated at that one. But Scottie Barnes has been phenomenal so far. My goodness, is he been just all over the court. He comes up with a block there. ILY with the IOL. Where's All-Star Thompson? He is on the bench getting his rest. This is his first game back from the ankle injury. Fortnite Clip said Barnes about to get drug tested. He goes to the bench now. We have just under 10 minutes to go. They get it into Pirtle, who subbed back in. They hand it off to Shed. Shed coming to his right, sees a double team inside the Pirtle, steps through, layup with the right hand. Got it to go for Jakob Pirtle. He wants the foul too. He doesn't get it. But Toronto moving and grooving a little bit here. These teams are going back and forth as LeVert just loses the hand on the ball. Literally just slipped out of his hands, and here comes Quickly, driving it down. Ball knocked out of his hands, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. And now here comes Sasser pushing it the other way. Has it up top, gets it over to LeVert. LeVert picked up by Barrett, steps back, right wing 3 for LeVert, over Barrett, got it to go for Karis LeVert. These guys have history, going back to when RJ and LeVert matched up when the Knicks took on the Cavaliers. What feels like a lifetime ago for both of those guys. Mamukelashvili playing alongside Pirtle here. Pirtle hands it off to Barrett. Barrett up top being guarded by Paul Reed. Barrett step back, pump fake, leans in, goes in. Ball knocked out of his hands, but right to Mamukelashvili. Mamukelashvili able to lay it up and in. Here comes Detroit. Sasser has it up top. They get it over to Karis LeVert. He's feeling it, a deep one. Comes up short. The rebound to Mamukelashvili, and they get it out to Quickly pushing it the other way. Putting his head down, attacking, over to Pirtle, to the rim. Scoop layup. Got it to go for Jakob Pirtle. And Quickly doing a great job of pushing the pace here against Detroit. Doesn't look like Detroit wants to run out there right now. Looks like they would much rather play it in the half court. A step back 3 for Sasser, and he knocks it down. Nothing but net over Quickly. Answers right back. It's only a 2-point game. Here comes Jamal Shed. And it's interesting, they're going with a double point guard, double big man lineup. It's a lineup I've actually thought maybe I would want to see our Knicks utilize a little bit more often. But they have Jamal Shead and Emmanuel Quickly out there, who are both playing point guard for this team. And then they have Jakob Poeltl, Mama College-Really both out there, who have both played center for this team. Bruce Fowler said Swiss cheese defense? Not really. It's not the greatest defense. I mean, 44-42 with 8 minutes to go in the second. So we could make that argument for sure. So maybe it is a little bit Swiss defense, Swiss cheese defense tonight. Or this afternoon. Jeez, I keep saying tonight. Joseph said 2 blocks back-to-back on those possessions. Naughty Ghost said minutes limited, and JB Bickerstaff likes using All-Star in the last 2 to 4 minutes, so he's probably going to spend most of the game on the bench. Yeah, his first game back. I don't expect him to play a ton of heavy minutes here tonight. Let's take a look around already this end of the second quarter here for Mavs-Cavs. This game is flying by. If we open this up, Cooper Flagg, only 6 points tonight. Coop slowing down as the season went on. Con Knipple running away with that award. I wanted to look at our guy, Max Strus. Our guy, Max Strus, coming back. 9 points, 9 minutes, 9 points, 3 for 3 from three-point range. Welcome back, Max Strus. My goodness. The other game that is on is the Pacers taking on the Bucks, and then obviously we have our Pistons-Raptors game. And between these 3 games, our Pistons-Raptors game is the slowest paced game. 8 minutes to go in the second, as opposed to 2.5 to go in the second, as opposed to 5 to go in the second. So you can see how pace and free throw rates tend to affect the length of games pretty severely here. 8 minutes to go in the second. It feels like we just started our second quarter where these other teams are about to hit halftime already. Bruce Fowler said, it's nice to see Detroit sluggish. They are human. Yeah, a little sluggish. A little sluggish. They might have gone a little too hard to start the year. A little bit. Leroy Fowler? What's up, Leroy? Fortnite Clip said Detroit just scores. Detroit just finds a way to manufacture points for sure. They just find ways. All right, here we go. Checking back in. 42-44. A little over 8 minutes to go, so my timer was behind. I should have been taking it during the break there. But we're good. We'll catch up. Bear will inbound it. They get it into Quickly. Quickly up top. Hands it off to Ingram. Over to Poeltl. Poeltl. Pass fake. Keeps it. Pass fake. Being guarded by Paul Reed. They lob it down low to Ingram. Ingram's got Sasser on him. Ingram has him. Kicks it out to Quickly. Quickly swings through to his right. Down the lane. Pump fake. Spins. Kicks it back out over to Bear. Over to Ingram. And just way too many passes for the Raptors. Get a shot up Quickly. Throw that floater up. And it ends in a shot clock violation. Good rotations from Detroit there, but just bad process from the Raptors as well. They had an opportunity to take a shot, and they did not take it. Under 8 to go. Paul Reed has it on the right wing, being guarded by Poeltl. Reed gets it out to Javonte Green. Green gets it over to Levert. Levert driving it down against Mama College-Vili. Mama College-Vili gets hit with the foul. Reaching in there against Levert. So it's still side out of bounds. No team in the bonus yet. 7:30 to go here in the second. Sasser will inbound it. And they get it into Levert. Ball knocked out of his hands by Barrett. And he just lets it go out of bounds. 7:30 to go. Fortnite Clip said, Pistons will do good in the playoffs. I'm thinking Eastern Conference Finals. We'll see. We will see. I think anything short will be a bit of a disappointment. Just a bit. Especially coming off the best record in the East. They get over to Sasser. Sasser takes the lane, gets caught in the air, and throws it away. Quickly, hit ahead pass to Barrett. Barrett throws the lob up top to Mama College-Vili, and he can't get the layup to go. Poeltl can't snag the rebound, but that's because he's fouled. He's fouled on the offensive rebound attempt by Sasser. Mama College-Vili couldn't. You gotta get that dunk to go down, brother. At least get the layup. Or at least catch it and go the other way. It looked like a perfectly fine pass from Barrett. Mama Collins really just not known as a Skywalker. Could not go up there for the lob dunk on the break there. As Pirtle misses the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Harris subs back in. Holland and Levert come out. Thompson back in. TJ said put Duren back in. He'll come back in eventually. He's actually back in the game. Speaking of. Fortnite Clip said Heat might be the dark horse. They are hooping right now. And Bam with the 83. I'll tell you what, though. They're not. I don't think they're going to go very far in the Eastern Conference, personally. Pirtle does knock down the second free throw at least. And then the Pistons turn it over. Ingram hit ahead to Pirtle. Pirtle leaves it off for Ingram. Ingram down the lane. Kicks it out to Barrett. Barrett swings through to his left. Barrett in the paint. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out. Mamukelashvili standing by the three-point line all by himself. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Rebound for Detroit. And they're bringing it down now. Under 7 to go. Sasser down the lane against quickly. Leaves it off. Javonte Green in the corner. Pump fakes. Now puts up the 3. And Green knocks down the right corner 3 after initially hesitating with it. Tied up at 45 now. 6:30 to go as we approach the halfway point. Quickly has it up top. Being guarded by Sasser. They hand it off to Barrett. They get over to Pirtle. Pirtle gets it down low quickly. Pump fake. Draws the foul. And he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. For Emmanuel quickly with 6:24 to go. Dib Keith. What's up, Keith? I just have a feeling Raptors are going to win. I hope so. They're hooping. They're hooping. I will tell you this. The Knicks have dominated this Toronto matchup this season. And it's been led by their defense, just shutting the water off from Toronto. So I do expect at some point, Detroit has a good defense. They should be able to lock up this Toronto Raptors offense at some point. Especially when you take into effect that even though the Raptors have had open looks from 3, they are not knocking them down here tonight. So quickly knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Barrett and Mamukelashvili to the bench. Barnes and Jamal Shed back in. Cunningham also back in for the final 6 minutes of the quarter. Chaos Kid. What's up, Chaos Kid? He said, I predict Sheffield will get a telecasting job one day. Hope so, brother. Hope so. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by Barnes. Coming to his right. Quickly switches onto him. Cunningham crossing over to his left. Swings it out to Javonte Green down the lane. They leave it off to Thompson. Thompson in the paint. Lefty scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Bodies hitting the floor. They get it out to Jamal Shed. They get over to Barnes now. It's a 5-on-4. Barnes kicks it out to Ingram. Pump fakes. And Thompson does a good job hustling back on defense. And now the Raptors will just run some half-court offense. Ingram wants to run the pick and roll with Barnes. And Barnes gets fouled by Harris. Holding on to him too much. Under 6 to go. We're past the halfway point of this second quarter. And the Raptors are in the bonus. Bruce Fallon said Detroit will win. They're like the Knicks playing with their food. A little bit. Especially in March basketball. March basketball is funky, man. March basketball is funky. Barnes misses the first free throw. Can't take advantage of these opportunities, man. They're getting open threes and they're getting to the foul line and they can't take advantage of them. Either one. Joseph, Raptors are missing so many wide open layups too. Yep. And there were a couple of times in transition where they just missed easy shots. TJ said Duren just needs to pass the ball and get them assists. Barnes does at least knock down the second one. 47-45. 5:40 to go in the second quarter. Cunningham bringing it down against Barnes. Cunningham coming to his right. Quickly switched onto him. Cunningham spins coming to his left. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out to Barnes. Robinson ran off the line by Barnes. They get it back to Cunningham. Cunningham puts up the 3. Over quickly. Got it to go. Quickly in his airspace. It did not matter. Cunningham knocks it down anyway. And just like that, the Detroit Pistons retake a 1-point lead here. Shed has it up top. These teams have been back and forth all night long. Or all day long. All afternoon long. Ingram being guarded by Harris. Swings through to his right off the quickly screen. Now he's dancing with it against Robinson. Leans in. Step back. Foul line jumper. Got it to go for Brandon Ingram. Here comes Barnes bringing it down against... here comes Cunningham bringing it down against Barnes. Cunningham up top, coming to his right. They get it inside to Duren. Duren layup. Wild layup attempt. Instead of just dunking it, he allowed Jamal Shed to force him to change his shot attempt. It's Jamal Shed, dude. Just dunk it. Ingram puts up the mid-range jumper off balance, can't get it to go. Long rebound to Robinson. Quick outlet to Cunningham. Cunningham gets caught in the air. Over to Harris. Harris in the paint. Lefty layup. Got it to go. And a bad shot leads to a fast break score. Not a good shot from Ingram, man. That's what happens. That's the bad decision-making that could put your team behind the 8 ball. Ingram has it up top, directing traffic. Wants to run the pick and roll with Quickly. They get it over to Quickly. And when Brandon Ingram's in the game, he can be a great shot maker, but my goodness, does their offense just devolve into isolation play. Barnes down the lane, draws the foul, and it's going to be on a pass attempt, but they're in the bonus, so it doesn't matter. He's going to the foul line for 2. It's a foul on Duren, his second foul. We got 2 fouls on Robinson, now 2 fouls on Duren. Chaos Kid said, let's go Raptors. He said he is unbiased, unlike some yelling YouTubers. I try to be. I will say, watching Knicks games, I'm going to be extremely biased. That's my team. So that's the only team I will be biased for. Other than that, I'm just going to call it as I see it. Barnes at the foul line for 2 here. Bruce said, only one team in the league will embarrass you is OKC. They get up on you and they don't let up. It's like they can't help but score. And they actually play good defense. Just not just lean on you. Well, you say that, and I feel like the Knicks have gotten embarrassed by Detroit 3 times this season, so. Barnes knocks down both of the free throws. 1-point game. Cunningham bringing it down. They get it over to Harris. Harris up top being guarded by Ingram. They get over to Duren. Duren being guarded by Pirtle. Hands it off to Cunningham. He puts up the 3 over Shed. Cunningham can't get that one to go down. R.J. Barrett with the rebound. They get it out to Ingram. Ingram pushing it the other way. Ingram up top. Dancing with it against Harris. Tackling along the baseline. Sees multiple defenders. Kicks it out to Shed. Extra pass to Barrett. Barrett the right corner 3. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Duren snags it. Quick outlet to Cunningham. He's got Jamal Shed to beat. He just bumps Euro down the lane. Can't get the lefty layup to go. But Duren beats everybody down the court. And he gets the 2-handed put-back slam. Nobody hustling back for the Raptors. I don't even know where Brandon Ingram was. Pirtle has it up top, being guarded by Duren. Pirtle hands it off to Shed. Shed driving it down in the lane to kick it out. Barnes wide open. Right wing 3. It's not a strength of his game. And he misses that one right there. And Cunningham slaps the rebound to himself. Shoves it over to Thompson. Thompson on the left wing. Lobs it down low to Duren. Duren catches. Lays it up. Dunks it down. And they give him the foul on a bad reach in from Toronto there. And he's going to go to the foul line for 1 more. And now Detroit pushing the pace on Toronto here. And I think Toronto would much rather play a half-court game. But I'll tell you this. Brandon Ingram came into the game. And they just... I don't like the offensive give Brandon Ingram. Like, he's not good enough at that. You know? Like, it's different if he was a absolute monstrous offensive player. Like, you can justify it if you have one of those guys. If you're like, all right, we're playing through that guy. Like Luka. Like heck, even in Austin Reeves, like Brandon Ingram is not a good three-point shooter and is settling for these mid-range contested fall-away shots. That's not good offense. Detroit will very much live with that. They'll show you multiple bodies and then ask you to either knock down a fall-away mid-range shot or throw a cross-court pass. And they are living with those rotations right now with Brandon Ingram on the court. He's got 15 points, but I think Brandon Ingram's been really destructive to his team tonight because I think Barrett, Barnes, and Quickly have all been really, really solid. Quickly, maybe not so much. He's missed some makeable shots. But the other guys, I think, have been really solid in terms of getting the team where they are right now against Detroit. Chaos gets to Detroit will choke the 1 seed. In terms of, like, the regular season standings, they're going to have that 1 seed going into the playoffs. In terms of maybe choking in the playoffs, we'll see who they get matched up with. That situation in the play-in is real interesting with Charlotte down there. Deb Snyder, what's up, Deb? So far, 3 close afternoon games. Complete opposite from Sunday. Last Sunday. Absolutely, Deb. Absolutely. Last Sunday we had no choices because every single time we went around the league, every single game was a blowout. So it didn't matter which game we ended up watching. It's not like we made bad choices. It was just a blowout Sunday. At least here this afternoon, at least here today, we are getting very good competitive basketball games. Joe said, Toronto is known for choking. I knew this was going to happen. Well, it's a 3-point game. We'll see. Bruce said, no one wants to call the third foul in the first half, so I'm really curious to see how consistent the referee calls is in Detroit's playoff games. It's going to be a talking point. See JB and SGA. It will indeed be a talking point for sure. as it always is. I mean, Brunson had All-Star Thompson in foul trouble all last playoffs, right, when they met in the first round last year. All-Star Thompson, it felt like every single game was in foul trouble. Fouled out in one of them. So fouls are always a talking point, especially when the games get as tight and meaningful as they do come playoff time. So more eyeballs will be on him for sure. Chance, what's up, Chance? Need Duncan Robinson to get some buckets? Yeah, he's only got the 1 point. He's only taking the one shot. They've done a great job of running him off the line. Khalil, what's up, Khalil? FIK said, I have the Pistons at plus 114 with $300. They were 8 points behind. Let's go, Pistons. Room for you. Room for you. I don't have a dog in this fight, so I'm just hoping that the Raptors keep this a close game. Duren at the foul line for one more. He's finally going to take his and one free throw. We had a timeout from Toronto, by the way. Didn't mention that. Crom, what's up, Crom? Do you think the Detroit team will win? They could. They could. They have the best record in the league. They probably should. David Bats, what's up, David? Need Ingram to grab some boards? It's not necessarily a strength of Ingram's games. I mean, the only thing, he's Mr. I get buckets. 15 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists. Y'all take care of the other stuff. I'm going to put the ball in the rim. Lil Robert, what's up, Robert? Need 5 more rebounds for Duren. Duren does miss that and one free throw, so it's still a 3-point game. 54-51, 3:10 to go. Shed has it up top. They get it over to Barrett. Barrett being guarded by Thompson. Barrett on the right wing, looking for a pass to get over to Ingram. Ingram turns, fires the mid-range shot, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Barnes rips it away from Duren and Robinson and then lays it up and in. I think Scottie Barnes has been phenomenal tonight. I've been so impressed with Scottie Barnes tonight. This might be the best game I personally have had the pleasure of seeing from him. He's been everywhere, everywhere. Cunningham coming to his left, down the lane, leans in, stops, turns, spins to his right, flips it up with the right hand, got it to go. That time, spinning off of Barnes very easily to get the scoop layup to go, but that's just Cunningham being a superstar right there. 56-53, Shed bringing it down off the Barnes screen, hesitation move, in the paint, squeaks it out to Ingram, pump fakes, ran off the line, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett pump fakes, leans in, lobs it down low to Barnes, a bad pass from Barrett, and Barnes can't handle the pass, it goes out of bounds. Here comes Detroit. Now he goes to the SGA streak end. He did not. He finally got to 20, and then they subbed him out. They get over to Cunningham. Jab step, coming to his left, steps back. He's being guarded by Barnes. Cunningham crosses over to his right, now crosses back over to his left on Barnes. Down the lane, layup, got it to go for Cade Cunningham. Even Scottie Barnes having trouble keeping Cade Cunningham out of the paint here tonight. He's getting to where he needs to go, knocking down his shots. Ingram has it up top. In and out dribble coming to his right. Ingram, cross-court pass to Barnes, extra pass to Shed. Jamal Shed, the wide open left corner three, misses it. Rebound to Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl in the paint, kicks it out to Barnes, a dangerous pass. Barnes is going to take the lane inside the Poeltl, layup, got it to go. Beautiful pass from Barnes yet again. He's been phenomenal. Passing, rebounding, defense. Thompson has it up top being guarded by Barrett. Thompson coming to his right, mid-range pull-up jumper for Thompson, throws up the air ball, but a foul is called on Barrett. It's going to send Thompson to the foul line for 2. How do you foul Thompson on a jump shot? Let that man shoot. You won. You won. If Thompson is settling for a jump shot, you won the defensive possession. Now he goes to the end, that SGA streak end, by the way. It did not. It did not. Eric C. said they didn't call the third on SGA against the Knicks because it was a national game. I think if it wasn't a national game, I don't think they would have called it on him anyway. I don't think they wanted him out of the game. Bruce said that's going to be, responding to Eric, he said that's going to be Stitch, what action come playoff time, because they don't want to call the second or third foul against Detroit, and Bickerstaff is going to say we've been playing like this all year. Of course. Of course. Thompson, Harris knocks down the left corner three off the missed 2 free throws from Thompson. You got to be able to snag the rebound off the 2 missed free throws. You catch a break when they miss free throws, and then you give them the open corner 3 off of the offensive rebound. Poeltl has it up top. Down the lane, kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes extra pass to Barrett. Barrett taking the lane in the paint, throws up the floater. Got it to go for Barrett. 4-point game. Under a minute to go here. Cunningham has it on the right wing, being guarded by Barnes. Cunningham spins. Pulls it back out, coming to his left off the screen. They kick it up top to Harris. Harris being guarded by Ingram. Back to Cunningham. Cunningham driving to his left, putting his head down, attacking in the lane. Throws a lob up top to Duren, and Duren catches a body. But they wave it off, and they say a charge on Cade Cunningham running into R.J. Barrett, who was standing there waiting for Cade to run into him. So Duren, his poster dunk on Pirtle is going to be waved off. Or maybe not. J.B. Bickerstaff, I think, is going to use a challenge here. I think, J.B. Bickerstaff is using his challenge here. Does not like this call. I'm not sure this is a good challenge. I would keep it moving if I were him. You have the 4-point lead. You're taking full advantage right now. Bruce said, there goes Bernie. He's using his challenge here. He's usually not very good. It usually isn't very good at using challenges. We'll see if he wins this one. We know blocks and charges can be very subjective depending on the official, depending on the game, depending on the sequence. So we'll see what the refs come out with. My opinion, that's a play on. My opinion, that's a play on. But we'll see what they come out with. Me and the officials will rarely see eye to eye. Nadigo said JB usually has good challenges. Don't think this one is going to work, though. He was extremely bad with his challenges in the playoffs last year. Can't speak on his regular season challenges, but last year was bad. Maybe he's improved. The Pacers and the Bucks are locked in a tight one. Shout out the Pacers. We got to get Pacers victories, man. We can't allow them to keep this top 4 pick in this draft this year, man. They already made the finals last year. We can't have them adding Peterson, DeBansta, Boozer, Wilson. Can't have them adding them that level of talent to this team, man. Unsuccessful challenge. It is an offensive foul. I didn't like the challenge when he challenged it, and now I don't like it even more. Terrible challenge. So they lose the timeout, and they lose their ability to challenge the remainder of the game. Let's see if Detroit, maybe they won't even need a challenge if they're going to be able to pull away as the game goes on. But that's a foul picked up by Cunningham there, and the ball is going to go back to Toronto. They wave the 2-point dunk by Duren away. Cunningham with 15 and 5 here tonight. Duren with 14 and 5. 5 assists for Cunningham, 5 rebounds for Duren. And the Raptors will bring it down. Quickly gets it over to Pirtle. Pirtle has it up top, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett spins off of Thompson. Ball knocked loose, and Cunningham throws the behind-the-back pass over to Thompson. Thompson will get the easy two-handed slam. Great defense from Oscar Thompson there. Here comes Quickly bringing it down. Can we have somebody bring the ball down other than Quickly if Thompson's going to apply full court pressure here? Quickly has it up top, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett has Thompson switched onto him. Barrett coming to his right, driving it down against Duncan Robinson, bullying his way to the paint and draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for 2. Robinson can't believe the call, but I could hear the slap all the way over here, and I have my TV on as low a volume as possible, and I heard the slap. I don't know what Duncan Robinson is arguing about. Barrett knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. It was a 6-point lead, now down to 5. They could knock it to 4. Bruce Fowler said last year, after every Knick game, he complained they were getting second city treatment. Same old crap Indiana and Chicago used to say in the day. What is he going to say this year as the number 1 seed? Oh, he'll use the same playbook, for sure. For sure. Scottie Barnes picks up a foul in the backcourt. RJ did knock down both of the free throws. Barnes fouled Cunningham in the backcourt. And that's 2 free throws for Cunningham because they're in the bonus. So bad foul from Barnes there. They've been using that playbook, Bruce, all, since the beginning of the NBA. It says New York across their chest, so obviously the NBA wants New York to be good, as if every event in NBA history says otherwise. Like David Stern suspending all the players in the playoff game against Miami. Like the Knicks never moving up in the NBA draft outside of the first draft with Ewing, and then never moving up despite spending year after year after year in the lottery. For sure, the NBA loves the Knicks. They want the Knicks to win. Sure. Ingram has it up top, attacking to his left against Thompson. Leans in, gets stripped by Thompson, and that would be the end of the first half. Okay. Lil Robert, what's up, Lil Robert? I gotta say today was a good day. It's pretty good so far. Day's not over yet, though. Day's not over yet. We are at 4:47 p.m. here where I'm at, Eastern time. It's a 4-point game. Oh, no. Cunningham did knock down the second free throw. He split them. So it's 64-59. It's a 5-point game here. Trap in the 90 said they hate us, but so what? Yeah. The Knicks are the villains, no matter how much of an underdog they are in a series. The Knicks are the villains. Hoobie said we won the NBA Cup, though. At the end of the day, we're walking out champions. All right, here we go. Our second halftime. Let's do it. Shout out to our halftime sponsors. Every single time. Every single halftime. Sponsored by our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records. Go check out getoffmylawnrecords.com. They were very gracious. The Jazz Destroyers, their band, is represented obviously by their record label. If you guys are musically inclined, please go check out getoffmylawnrecords.com and get involved. Hit them up. Even if you are just musically inclined, you want to discover new music artists, go to getoffmylawnrecords.com and sign up for their mailing list so they can send out an email to you whenever they have a new album dropping for a new artist. You could also subscribe to their YouTube channel, Get Off My Lawn Records. You could also subscribe to the Jazz Destroyers YouTube channel. And they were also gracious enough to give us a discount code. Use discount code Sheffy to get 20% off at bandcamp.com. That is site-wide. So shout out our guys over at Get Off My Lawn Records, man. I'm really appreciative of our guys over there. They were good to us. They're good to us. So let's do it. Fortnite Clips, that's a cool name. It's a pretty cool name. Check them out. Check out their music. Let's do it. Let's go around the league first. I mean, there's not much to go around. There's only a couple of other games on, but every game is at halftime, so we can check them out. Well, the Mavs and the Cavs are starting their second half. This game is flying by. They're like, let's get this one over with, guys. But they're locked in a tight one, 60-59. They do not go away quietly, these Mavericks. I'll tell you that. They fight. They do fight. Cooper Flag with only 8 points. PJ Washington, Najee Marshall leading the way, especially Najee Marshall, 6 for 7 from the field. Evan Mobley, 13. Mitchell, 12. Dean Wade, 12. Max Strus off the bench, 16 big old points. Look at Max Strus go. Welcome back. This is his season debut game, Max Strus. 16 points off the bench. Their leading scorer, 4 for 5 from the field. 4 for 4 from three-point range. 4 for 4 from the foul line. My goodness, Max Strus is hooping. He is indeed hooping his butt off today. Thomas Bryant, Naquan Tomlin getting a bunch of minutes. Keon Ellis is in the starting lineup. Oof. Eric C said, get off my lawn, want a lyricist? Hit him up, brother. Hit him up. Go to the website. Get their email. Hit them up. So this one's interesting. Let's go back there. We also have, all right, not there. Let's get rid of that and that. We also have the Pacers and Bucks tipping off here. Let's check out their box score. Obviously, we know the Pacers should be fully healthy, right? Nope. Nope. They're just fully healthy when it comes time to play the Knicks. Expect by the time they play the Knicks that all their guys will be back in their lineup. But here today, they're starting Jalen Slauson, Jarris Walker, Ivica Zubac, TJ McConnell, and Aaron Nesmith, right? No Siakam, no Nembhard, no Ben Shepherd off the bench. Zubac is playing, though, which is nice to see. Talon Peter only got a minute out there. Shout out Talon Peter. I like him as a rookie. He's interesting. Bruce said, was so hard to run through the finish line tape, and then told, okay, now the race starts again, fresh opponents go. Yup. When it comes to the NBA regular season, like the reason why people we know obviously, right? Like we could put two and two together as to why people describe it as a marathon and not a sprint is because the season is long, right? Season is long. If you find yourself sprinting through, it could lead to injury, it could lead to slumps, it could lead to you being fatigued by the end of the regular season and not being ready for the playoffs. So, when people start talking about load management and all that, I think all it really is we're pacing ourselves, right? During a marathon, if you want me to sprint the entire 26 miles, guess what? I ain't coming in first, and I might not even be able to finish properly. But if you allow me to jog at my own pace, I'm going to get there healthy, because here's the thing about the NBA. It's not a marathon. People call, the NBA regular season is marathon, but in totality, the NBA season is an Ironman, right? Maybe not an Ironman. What's but the reason why I call it an Ironman is mostly because it doesn't end at the regular season for 10 teams, but really 8 teams going into the playoffs, obviously, right? It doesn't end at the regular season. Another event begins. So after you just ran your marathon, guess what? Now you got to hop in the ocean and start swimming to get through the first round. And then guess what? Now you got to hop on a bike and get pedaling and start pedaling up the hill, right? And then once you think like, all right, this is the toughest part. It's like, nope, here's another thing. Here's a triathlon. Here's another thing, right? First round is its own beast, right? Second round, it's its own beast. Third round, it's its own beast. Conference finals. And then obviously by the time you get to the conference finals, it feels like both teams are running on fumes, swinging at each other, throwing haymakers, right? It's like after all of that, now you get thrown in a boxing match to end the whole thing, right? And whoever wins the boxing match wins it all. And it's like we ran the marathon, then we had to jump in the ocean, now we're pedaling uphill, now we're pedaling downhill, now at the end of it, and we run through the tape, what do we got? Oh, the bell just rang, now we got a boxing match for 7 rounds, right? So the regular season is the marathon, but that does not encapsulate the totality of the NBA season as a whole, especially for teams obviously competing to get to the championship. There's a million different other avenues of all of this stuff going. Henry Robinson, what's up, Henry? Forgot to sub a few days ago. Chef Gang now. Appreciate you, Henry. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. Bruce said Iron Man is good. Iron Man is pretty good. Iron Man is pretty good. I saved it there. I was going to call it something else, but Iron Man is good. Iron Man is good. I like it. Ahmed said cross country. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? It's not just the marathon. The High Vibe. What's up, High Vibe? Draft lottery should be at All-Star Weekend based on records at that point. If you get caught tanking, harsh draft penalties. I don't think we need draft reform. I don't. I think we need a commissioner with a backbone. I think it is a very simple fix. But Adam Silver does not want to utilize this fix. The fix is very simple. Let me walk you down this, right? Back in the day, not even back in the day, but years ago, the NBA had a problem where the NBA was too physical and there were way too many fights, right? And so what did David Stern do? He said, let me tell you something. If you guys start a fight, immediate ejection, and you're getting fined, and I'm suspending you games afterwards, right? And if you're a repeat offender, I'm suspending you even more games. Okay, that wasn't enough though. Some guys were able to deal with that. And so the malice in the palace happens, and then you know what David Stern says? If I see a player take one tiny, measly little step onto the court, I don't care if your big toenail is stepping onto the court, I don't care if your breath would just cross that imaginary plane of the out-of-bounds line from your bench onto the NBA court. I'm immediately suspending you a game, right? And you know what stopped happening? Fights and people running onto the court to heighten situations and escalate interactions. All of that died down and it all went away. Because David Stern said, you know what I'm going to start costing you? Money and playing time. And the player said, got it. We're good. We're good. No, we're actually buddies. We hang out off the court all the time. It's okay, right? So all the NBA has to do, all Adam Silver has to do to solve tanking, it's the easiest solution in the world, is he goes to Utah and he goes, oh yeah, you're going to sit your guys in the second half of games? How about this? Your pick is now locked at 14. You're no longer in the lottery. You're out. You're out. Your pick is locked at 14. Right? You're out of the lottery. You're done. Right? He goes to Washington and he goes, oh, you're going to sit all your guys? Right? You're not going to play them in the second half of games? You're going to purposely try to lose games by not playing guys in the second half that were playing too well in the first half? Okay, your pick is now locked at 13. You're out of the lottery. And you know what teams will stop doing? Tanking. Because that is a ridiculously harsh punishment. Too harsh of a punishment. Don't get me wrong. That is ridiculously way too harsh. But you have to set an example. You have to set a precedent. The same way as like taking one step onto the court and getting suspended a game in the playoffs is a ridiculously harsh punishment. Ridiculously harsh. That cost teams playoff series and ultimately maybe even cost them a championship run. It cost the Suns. It cost the Knicks. Two teams that were definitely seen as favorites to win a championship. All Adam Silver has to do is grow a backbone and a spine and say, you know what? You're out. You think tanking is what's going to get you, your franchise moving in the right direction? How about making smart basketball moves? You're done. You're out, right? And guess what? And people will talk about it and they will argue it and they will be like, how dare Adam Silver do that? He's the bad guy. What a bad move from Adam Silver, the same way they did to Stern. And you know what we do when we talk about David Stern? We look back at David Stern and we go, that guy got things done though. He was a bit of a jerk. Maybe he always overstepped his boundaries at times. But you know what? He wanted change. He got it done. I don't know what change Adam Silver has made in the NBA other than he's introduced the play-in tournament, and then he introduced the mid-season tournament. And it's just, okay, cool. Like, those are cool. Those are cool. They bring in more money, I guess. But ultimately, what is it changing about the NBA? All it does is now the teams that aren't really competing for the play-in are just tanking even harder. So now you have the play-in teams 10 and up, and then everybody 11 and below are trying to lose as many games as possible. You flatten the lottery odds, thinking, okay, well, teams won't tank as much because the odds are a little bit more even. And it's like, no, well, with the odds being more even, you want to try and get as low as possible. So now you have more teams tanking to be the worst record in the NBA, whereas before it was like 3 or 4 teams fighting for it. Now we're up to like 8 or 9 teams fighting for the worst record in the NBA, right? So the things that he has done to try to curb tanking has ironically just made it significantly worse, where more teams feel like, well, there's a chance, right? You want as high of as worse of a record as possible because, going from the 11th odd to the 9th gives you more of an opportunity, right? We just saw a team that was 11 in the Dallas Mavericks jump all the way up and win the lottery. We saw Atlanta do it the year before, 2 years in a row, the 11th seed, the team with the 11th worst record jumped in the lottery and got the number 1 pick. Unfortunately for the Hawks, it happened to be Reza Shea, but the Dallas Mavericks won the lottery and got Cooper Flagg out of it. Their franchise is reset. They're good. They have their cornerstone to build around now. The High Vibe said, Adam is super weak. Ahmed said, I agree with you. I'm coming to the game, see you play. I paid for ticket. Fortnite clip said, Commissioner Sheffy's cooking. Hoobian, Sheffy the commissioner. Bruce said, can we imagine Sheffy sitting in the stands with the chef's desk counting for Stern? With the chef's hat is crazy. I would definitely be incognito. I'd be in there with a hoodie and some glasses. Nah, I'd be in a full suit. I'd Clyde Frazier it up. I'd be in there with a full suit. You know, I might throw the chef's hat on too. You know what? You're right. I'd be in there with a chef's hat. Naughty Go said Adam Silver is so weak that he won't even push obvious salary cap manipulation, creating conditions for an MLB-type cap crisis. Yeah, this Kawhi Leonard situation is just weird because they've asked him about it, and I think what Adam Silver truly hopes for is that all this just gets swept under the rug and nobody notices that by the time we get to next season, like, okay, are we going to void his contract now that he's 35 years old? And, like, you know? JT, what's up, JT? Robinson is going to cost me. Where's he at? Duncan Robinson? He's got, what, 0 points? So, yeah, it's not great. Not great for Duncan Robinson tonight. Greg Williams, what's up, Greg? The Spurs used to tank seasons ago. Now they're cooking. Yeah. Tanking works if you win the lottery, right? It's winning the lottery part that is the difficult part. It's not the tanking part. Teams have been tanking for, the Jazz have been tanking for like 5 years now. And you know where they're at? Still trying to figure out the roster. Still trying to find a cornerstone. Still tanking. How long have the Pelicans been tanking for? How long have the Wizards been tanking for? They've been tanking for like what feels like a decade. Ro, what's up, bro? Are you a chief? I'm not a chief. I'm also not a chef. But I do be chefing it up sometimes. Occasionally. Here we go. We're back in, start of the second half. Here we go, y'all. Barnes has it in the post against Duncan Robinson. Fall away baseline jumper. And Barnes got it to go. Okay, here we go. We're back into it. Ahmed said, can you imagine if you came to see your favorite player and that player is not playing because your team wants to tank? I mean, very true, but also don't buy tickets to a tanking team and expect to see your favorite player for that team. Hope for it, but buy a ticket to a team and watch the opponent. At least that's what I used to do. But this is very true. You can't even buy tickets for your favorite team anymore because you're like, I don't even know if if you're the Wizards, I don't even know if Koulibaly's your favorite player. I don't even know if he's playing as Harris knocks down a fall-away jumper. I don't know if Alex Sarr is playing. I don't know if Bub Carrington is going to play today. Or even if they are, I don't know how many minutes they are going to play. So here we go. It's 66-61. Let's get back into the game. Barnes gets it down low to Barrett. Barrett kicks it back up top to Quickly. Quickly, the straightaway three. He's got space. He comes up short. Wide open shots for Quickly has been available all night, and he's been missing them. Quickly takes the baseline inside the Pirtle. Pirtle with the scoop layup. Got it to go. Nice effort for Manuel Quickly there and Jakob Pirtle to pick up that loose ball. Cunningham bringing it down. It's a three-point game, one possession game. Cunningham coming to his right up the screens. They swing it out to Duncan Robinson. Ran off the line by Barnes. Coming to his left. Cross the baseline. Goes under the rim. Kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson has it up top. Hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham inside pass to Thompson. Thompson to the rim. Reverse layup. Gets blocked. It looks like Barnes. Scottie Barnes is so incredible. I'm so impressed with Scottie Barnes tonight. And maybe he does this on an every night basis, but I've been so impressed. Brandon Ingram with a pass fake. Settles for the mid-range pull-up jumper, and he rattles it in. It's a one-point game. There you go, Toronto. Back into it. 66-65. Cunningham bringing it down. He's picked up by Barnes here. It's been his primary matchup. But the Raptors very willing to switch. Is now quickly switched on to Cunningham. They get over to Robinson, curling off the screen to the rim. Throws a lob up top to Dern, and he throws it down with two hands. Not great communication there for Toronto. I know it's a difficult play to guard. But I'd prefer Duncan Robinson curling to the rim than a wide open lob to Jalen Dern. Quickly has it up top, being guarded by Cunningham. They get over to Barnes. Barnes being guarded by Harris. Coming off a Pirtle screen. Rejects the screen. Now gets it over to Pirtle. Pirtle down the lane, throws up the floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Pirtle the offensive rebound. Now throws up another floater. And he gets that one to go down. And back and forth we go. Back to a one-point game. Cunningham turning on the Jets, putting his head down, attacking to the rim. Gets blocked by Barnes on the chase down, but it is a goaltend. So it's 2 points to Cade Cunningham and the Pistons, 70-67, 9:37 to go. Bruce said, you have to tank with a player in mind. David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Wemby. See the pattern? Sure, but what happens to the 9 other teams that didn't win that lottery? Now you have to tank the next season because now you still don't have a franchise guy, and a travel on Quickly is called, shuffling the feet before he put the ball on the floor. Only one team tanks and wins the lottery. But what about the 9 other teams that didn't tank, or the 13 other teams in the lottery that did not win the lottery, and now they're left looking for a franchise guy in the next lottery, and then the next lottery, and then the next lottery, you know? At some point, you just got to be a smart organization and get some guys on your team to help you win some basketball games. Duncan Robinson misses a left wing 3. Here comes Barrett pushing it the other way, being guarded by Thompson. Just bullies his way past him in the paint. Tries to kick it out to Ingram. Gets swatted out of the air by Cunningham. Cunningham driving it down. Blows past the defense in the lane. Kicks it out to Robinson. Robinson ran off the line over to Thompson. Thompson in the paint, being guarded by Barnes. Kicks it back over to Cunningham. Cunningham back inside to Thompson. Thompson under the rim. Over to Harris. Hop steps. Back out to Thompson. Thompson. Foul line pull-up jumper. They don't even put a hand up to contest. Cunningham battling for the rebound and quickly pulls it down. And Emmanuel quickly gets it over to Barnes. What a defensive sequence. Hit ahead from Barnes to Pirtle. Throws it down with the one hand. Ran into by Duren, and that's a foul on Jalen Duren. Scottie Barnes, so impressive. And what a defensive sequence there by Toronto. The extra passing from Detroit, it was great passing from Detroit, but the fact of the matter is they don't have guys out there to take advantage of the extra passing because they keep swinging it out to All-Star Thompson, and the team is like, oh, thank goodness, we don't have to close out to that guy. Nadigo said, here's how you fix tanking permanently. At the start of the season, you sit everyone down in a gigantic bench and let every team pick players in turn. Crazy. Pirtle ties the game up at 70. Gets the and one free throw to go down. And here comes Cunningham, bringing it down. 8:30 to go here in the third. Harris has it up top, being guarded by Barnes. Harris attacking to his right. Crossing over to his left, pulls it back up. They swing it out to Cunningham. Barnes chasing him around some screens. Cunningham, the one-legged fall-away midi, got it to go over Barnes. And if Cade Cunningham has the jump shot going, he becomes almost impossible to guard. Quickly crosses over on Robinson, pulls it out. He has it up top, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett swings through to his left. He's got a lane to the paint, throws up the high floater off glass, and Barrett gets it to drop down over Duren. It's a nice soft touch for RJ Barrett. Here comes Cunningham pushing it the other way. We got a tie ball game, under 8 to go. Cunningham down the lane, draws the foul, runs right into the crowd. Foul on Jakob Poeltl. That is his second foul only. Everybody on Toronto has drawn a foul or has committed a foul, but nobody in foul trouble. Barrett with 2, everyone else with 1. Well, now Poeltl is going to have 2. Everyone on Detroit has committed a foul. 3 for Robinson, 3 for Duren, 2 for Cunningham. So they could find themselves in a little bit of foul trouble if they don't take care of business here. And then Cunningham just turns it over quickly over to Barrett. Barrett down the lane, pump fake goes up, got it to go over Cunningham. There you go, RJ. I love to see RJ's patience work for him there. Cunningham bringing it down, being guarded by Barrett. Cunningham spinning to his right, crosses over to his left, dancing with it, coming to his right. He's got space, gets caught in the air inside to Thompson, bullies away in the paint, over Poeltl, can't get the shot to go down. Looked like maybe Poeltl got a piece of it, and then fight for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds off of the Pistons. The Toronto crowd starting to get into it a little bit here. Here comes Toronto quickly pushing it the other way. Quick crossover to his right. Quickly down the lane, steps through, leans in, draws some contact, no foul call, but Poeltl right there for the tip up and in. And a timeout for Detroit as Toronto's taking the 4-point lead here. 7:17 to go. JP Knicks, what's up, JP? Waiting for the game tonight at MSG. Should be a fun one. It should be a fun one as Golden State has almost no players available to them. So hopefully our Knicks could have a fun night. My buddy Chris said being bottom 3 is pretty much the same in terms of odds. A lot of time, the worst team doesn't get the number 1 pick. Very few times. I think 7 years in a row it's happened where the worst team has not gotten the number 1 overall pick. I think. Something like that. Bruce said the NBA never raised an eyebrow to Pop as he tanked his way and orchestrated the worst record in the league on both occasions. Yep. I mean, to be fair, he played his guys. He just, would play them in bad situations, like starting Jeremy Sohan at point guard. That's one way to make sure you lose a basketball game. It's like, no, it's part of his development. Like, yeah, let's just start the non-ball handling, non-passing forward at point guard here tonight. Well, he was starting at point guard when they finally drafted Wemby, to be fair, but very funny. Very funny. Bruce said the funny thing about San Antonio fans, they didn't complain because they knew the plan. I mean, they didn't complain because they knew the plan, but they also didn't complain because all it took was one drafting season before they ended up with Tim Duncan. or one drafting season, one tanking season before they ended up with Wemby, right? But they definitely would have complained if they would have had to tank 2 or 3 years in a row. Like I said, tanking is a phenomenal plan as long as you win the lottery. But it's winning the lottery part that you have no control over, right? What happens if you're Washington and you've been in the lottery 4, 5, 6 seasons in a row and you have yet to win it? Right? What do you do then? You just tank away until you finally get the number 1 pick, and hopefully it's in a draft where the number 1 pick is worthy of being a number 1 pick. Like you're looking at Atlanta and they're like, okay, you won the lottery, but your reward is Zachary Rieseshay. Now, to be fair, they could have drafted Castle, they could have drafted Klingon, they could have drafted Sarr, but they drafted Rieseshay, which I don't know if anybody had Rieseshay won that year. But yeah, Bruce said, looking at the Thompson brothers, would the overall play in the NBA be much better if players were fully developed at the collegiate level? I mean, we could say that, but they're 22 years old. They're 22 years old. So the thing that holds them back is their jump shot. They also spent time, they didn't even go to college. They spent time in overtime elite. And if you listen to other people who have thought about maybe putting their kids in overtime elite, the Thompson twins have very publicly, as Thompson misses a lefty layup there, quickly pushing it over to Ingram. Ingram to the rim, lefty layup, got it, they go. Something that the Thompson twins have been very public about was like, yeah, there was nothing going on there. Like the training was bad, the games were bad, the preparation was bad, all of it was bad. Toronto getting active in the passing lanes here, knocks it out of bounds. Tony Finnis, what's up, Tony? Why are you wearing a chef hat? Because I'll be chefing, brother. What you mean? I'll be chefing it up out here. In more ways than one. Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? 78-72. 6:48 to go. Herder's back in the game. Cunningham gets it into Harris. Dangerous pass, but Harris recovers it. Harris up top being guarded by Ingram. Coming to his right. Harris dancing with it, being guarded by Barrett. Knocks the ball loose. Harris recovers it. Spins. Driving it down. Leans in. Fall away. Mid-range shot. Can't get it to go. Battling for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by the Pistons. Ball back to the Raptors. Tony, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. My buddy Chris said the Thompson brothers will end up like Ben Simmons, horrific shooting. I mean, I think they like basketball more than Ben Simmons did, so I don't think they'll end up like Ben Simmons, but that jump shot needs to come around for them to truly take that next step. 8-0 run here for Toronto, 6:22 to go. We're approaching the halfway point. Ingram has it up top, dribbling it to the right wing, hands it off to Barnes. Barnes putting his head down, attacking in the paint, pump fake, puts up the shot over Cunningham and gets his own offensive rebound and put back. Cunningham not even really involved in the play there. Now it's an 8-point lead for Toronto. They're starting to run away with it a little bit. Let's see if Detroit has an answer. Cunningham pull up 3. He's looking for one there, and he finds it. Big time shot for Cade Cunningham as the crowd was starting to swell with excitement. Here comes Quickly bringing it down the other way. Quickly has it on the left wing, being guarded by Herder. Dancing with it. Gets it over to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by Barnes. Being guarded by Cunningham. Ingram has Robinson switched onto him. Going to look to attack now. Driving to his left, leans in, draws the foul. Can't get the floater to go down, but it'll go to the foul line for 2. Shay Cohen. What's up, Shay? Do you like Raptors or Detroit? I'm not a fan of either one of the team, but in terms of who I think is going to win tonight, I don't know. I like the way Toronto's playing, but I think ultimately Detroit's defense will eventually wear down Toronto, and Detroit will find a way to pull it out. They also have a go-to guy down the stretch that I trust more in Cade Cunningham versus Brandon Ingram. So, I'll lean Detroit. Plurs? Plur? What's up, Plur? I need Cade for 3 more. For more 3s. We'll see. Just knocked one down. Henry Robinson said, Ben Simmons, pro fisherman. Yeah, my guy's out there on the seas right now. That guy, I don't think ever really liked basketball. I think he saw it as a means to an end. Which is fine, but Ingram knocks down both free throws. 5:35 to go. Cunningham has it up top, being guarded by Barrett. Quickly switches onto him off some screens. Cunningham trying to run the pick and roll with Duren here. Coming to his left. Pull up 3 for Cunningham. That one way off. Wide right. Air ball. They get it back to Cunningham. He's going to retry it. And he's going to miss another one. That's 2 in a row for Cunningham. He misses. Now here comes Ingram bringing it down the other way. Ingram crosses over to his right. Full head of steam. Gets pickpocketed by Cunningham. Ball knocked loose, but it's out of bounds as Cunningham can't save it. Would have been a great play. Cade Cunningham read that perfectly. Daniel Dash. What's up, Daniel Dash? Bruce said, I'm not taking shoots, but there was a time when you arrived at the NBA. Your development adjustment was to the NBA game, not basketball. Yeah, very fair. Very fair. A pull-up three for Cade Cunningham. Can't get it to go. The game was much simpler and less skilled at the time. And that's not a shot at the game previously. But like I said, it was simpler and less skilled at the time. You know? Harris knocks down the floater off the offensive rebound from the missed three for Detroit there. Here comes Jamal Shead bringing it down. Shead being guarded by Herter. Gets it over to Quickly. Quickly swings through to his left. Down the lane. In the paint. Swings through. Kicks it out. Barrett. Right wing three for Barrett. Got it to go down for R.J. Barrett. Big time shot right there. Wonder Bread. What's up, Wonder Bread? Big time shot for Barrett to get those 3 points from Cunningham back previously. Cunningham to the lane here. Can knock down the lefty layup. Ball knocked loose. Barrett picks it up. One man to beat in Herter. Kicks it out to Shed. Inside to Ingram. Ingram foul line. Pump fake. Pulls it back out. You gotta get a score there. To me, if you're R.J. Barrett, just go to the rim, brother. Ingram's just gonna meander with it. Kicks it out to Quickly. Swings through to his left. He's got a lane. Throws up a floater. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. And it's gonna go back to Detroit. I didn't like that kick out by Barrett, man. On the break there, didn't like that kick out. Shay said, who do you think will win? I think Detroit will probably be able to pull this one out, but Toronto playing well right now. Wonder Bread said, I need Robinson to score 5 points. It's pretty likely. Room for you. Paul Reed is in. They hand it off to Herter. Herter off the handoff. Can't get the three to go. And Jacoby Walter battling for the rebound. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Paul Reed. They call it out of bounds off of Reed. Not sure that was off of Reed, but either way, Detroit lost their challenge earlier by losing it. So now Shed gets it over to Ingram. Ingram up top. Coming to his right up the Jacoby Walter screen. Herter switched on to Ingram. Ingram dancing with it. Coming to his right. Spins to his left. Down the lane. Goes in against Paul Reed. Ball knocked out of his hands. He puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Paul Reed rips away a rebound. Here comes Ron Holland over to Cunningham, turning on the Jets, down the lane, kicks it in the corner. Levert pump fakes, hesitates, now taking the paint, kicks it out with Herter, wide open, left wing three. Kevin Herter can't get it to go. Brandon Ingram gets the rebound and then gets fouled by Paul Reed, and the ball is going to go to Toronto here. They're not in the bonus, so it's just side out of bounds. Hashman, what's up, Hashman? Pistons going to lose? It's a joke. I mean, I don't know. Could just be end of the season blues, knowing that they pretty much got that number one seed wrapped up. Who knows? Who knows? I think they're prepping for the playoffs a little bit here. Their mind might be escaping them to the playoffs. But it's only an 8-point game. It's not like they're out of it. Mamu Kalashvili kicks it back out to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by Herter. Ingram's going to dance with it. Directing traffic. Has Herter in the post. Stopped. Leans in. Steps through. Layup. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. And a foul is called. And Ingram just being uber aggressive, looking for his own shot right now. Draws the foul there. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 and give them the 10-point lead. You can give them that 10-point lead. 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Obviously, you want to build up as large of a lead going into the fourth quarter. Give yourself the best chance to pull off this victory. Ingram to the foul line for 2. Only Ren. What's up, Only Ren? You think Cade getting a double-double? He's got 23 and 6. Yeah, probably. Ingram rattles in the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Brandon Ingram misses the second free throw. Barnes battling on the glass. Paul Reed ultimately rips it away. Now here comes Ron Holland. Holland has it on the left wing. Being guarded by Jacoby Walter. Crosses over to his right. Struggling with his handle. Shoves it out to Levert. Levert takes the paint in the lane. Can't knock down the lefty layup. Battle on the glass for the rebound. Holland tipping it up. Or Paul Reed tipping it up. And then ultimately Jacoby Walter wins out and saves it from going out of bounds. What effort from Jacoby Walter there. Great defense from Toronto here in this third quarter. Ingram spins off of Herter. Gets caught in the air. Kicks out to Shed. Shed hesitates from 3. Driving it down. Kicks it back out. Ingram spots up for the straightaway 3. And he got it to go. And just like that, a 12-point lead is opened up for Toronto with 2:30 to go here in this third quarter. And Toronto is hooping on Detroit right now. Hooping on them. 89-77. Led by Brandon Ingram. But really, this defense by Toronto, taking their pressure up. And Detroit really struggling to score right now. Really struggling to score. Justice Dad, what's up, Justice Dad? Hashman said Pistons were up 5 at half. What are they doing? I don't know. Meandering a little bit, struggling. Cade now down to 9 for 18 from the floor after a really nice hot start. Pacers stink. What's up, Pacers? Pistons are fakes. They had the easiest strength of schedule in the whole NBA. That record is fake. Oof. Oof. Now that is indeed an accusation. I will say, we tuned in previously to watch a Detroit Pistons game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and that game came down to the wire, except for the fact that the Thunder did not have any of their regular rotation guys, right? It was pretty much Kason Wallace and Chet Holmgren versus the Detroit Pistons that night, right? A little bit Lou Dort, but he was in foul trouble. It was just a tough matchup. No SGA, no J-Dub, no Harnstein, no Caruso. So it was like, all right, what are we watching here? HB Ling with the HB. Stop jacking up threes. F them threes. Paint a masterpiece like Picasso in the paint. The way you do that is by knocking down threes and opening up the paint, because defenses are going to pack the paint and force you to shoot perimeter shots, right? So the most inconsistent shot in the NBA is the mid-range jumper for majority of NBA players. Not every NBA player, obviously SGA, Jalen Brunson, even a Tyrese Maxey, or even like a Cade Cunningham can knock down those mid-range shots with consistency. But for the most part, teams want to force you into that mid-range, right? So they want to keep you out of the paint, but they also want to run you off the line. And so the way defenses are set up, where we will pack the paint, or the initial defenses are set up in a way where it's like, we'll pressure your ball handling guard up top, or whoever your ball handler is up top. And what we'll do is we'll force them to get into the paint, or force them to drive, because we're not giving them any open space. So when you drive, now our defense is going to shrink into the paint and force you to kick it out to a shooter. No good defenses and well-constructed defense and smart players on the court and smart defenders will force you to kick the ball out to the more open man. And so we'll leave a guy like, here tonight, All-Star Thompson, wide open from 3, because we know All-Star Thompson, 1, can't shoot threes, and 2, doesn't even want to take threes. So we're going to leave All-Star Thompson wide open. And so once you kick it out to Thompson, Thompson's first instinct is to either catch and drive or catch and look to swing, right? So we don't have to close out hard for him. And even if you do kick it out to a guy like Duncan Robinson, we are hustling our butt off knowing we're going to have to get to that guy and run him up the line. So Duncan Robinson catches the ball. He doesn't have a three-point shot available to him. He looks to swing it around. And the ball will always ultimately find the non-shooter, because teams don't guard non-shooters. And so you could say, well, just get into the paint. And here you go. The Raptors are applying full pressure here to the Pistons. They're trying to get it to Cunningham in the post, and Scottie Barnes just denying him the ball, doesn't allow an easy pass. This is why teams need as many shooters as possible, because it opens up the paint for your drivers, for your interior finishers, like Cade Cunningham. They lob it down low to Holland. Holland has it against Barnes, goes up, gets blocked by Barnes, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Detroit. Scottie Barnes has been an absolute menace tonight. My goodness. My goodness. Tyrese, what's up, Tyrese? Look, I just need Pistons to win to hit my parlay right now. I'm rooting for you, brother. I'm rooting for you. They're down 12. They are indeed down 12. Paul Reed has it inside, throws up the lefty floater, gets a friendly bounce off the back of the rim. And they finally end the run there. Under 2 to go. Pacers thinks that, and Bickerstaff is a moron. He'll never get out of the second round. I'm not a big fan of J.B. Bickerstaff as a coach, but I don't think he's a bad coach. Shed throws a crazy pass out to Barnes, extra pass to Walter. Walter the straightaway 3. He got it to go. Suddenly, Toronto's getting hot from 3. Remember, they opened up the game getting good look from 3, and they couldn't knock them down. Now, these three-point shots starting to fall. Cunningham gets it over to, who was that, Levert, who almost throws it away. Mahmoud College really almost got the steal, but he can't keep it in bounds, and the ball is going to go back to Detroit here. Mahmoud College really looking at his ref. He's saying, challenge it. I was fouled. Said, we'll get that ball back. Cunningham puts up the mid-range shot, can't get it to go. Cunningham Looking like he was yelling at the ref. Wanted the foul call there. Here comes Brandon Ingram bringing it down. Ingram has it up top, being guarded by Holland. Coming to his right, dancing with it against Herter here. Brandon Ingram coming to his left. And a technical on Cade Cunningham, who did not stop screaming at the ref. And Jacoby Walter with a little pantomime of the tech over to Cade Cunningham. And a free point for Toronto here. So Brandon Ingram will take the free point. Bruce said, when you start bringing it down, I don't know if I want you on my bench or in my front office. What do you mean? You disagree, Bruce? You disagree? They get into Barnes up top. Barnes being guarded by Cunningham. They get over to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by LeVert. Ingram, tagging to his right, has it. Sees the double team coming. Kicks it out to Jacoby Walter. Beautiful ball movement. Out to Mamukelashvili. Gets it off at time. Doesn't get it off in time. And it's a shot clock violation. Bruce said, frustration. Writing that down. Cade a little frustrated with the non-fouls. Cade bringing it down against Jacoby Walter. Cunningham has it up top. 43 seconds to go. Cunningham driving it down to the rim. Takes some contact. Draws the foul. He's going to the foul line for two. That one, that time, made sure he made the ref see the foul. Forced the issue in the paint there. Pacers Think said Cade lost that MVP race as soon as All-Star Weekend ended. I would argue he was never even in the race. Bruce said, I disagree sometimes, but I feel comfortable letting you pick up text for Brown or making trades. Well, essentially, NBA defenses are built to force offenses to take mid-range shots or floaters, those in-between areas, which is why people talk about all the time how important it is to develop the in-between areas, right? If you want to be a superstar, you need those in-between shots in order to get there, right? So we'll run shooters off the line, force you into the paint, and constantly close our defense and then retract our defense to run shooters off the line and then contract our defense again to clog up the paint and force you to either shoot a floater over a contest as Ingram can't knock down the shot over Paul Reed. Cunningham with the rebound, the shot out of a can. Cunningham over to Holland. Holland to the rim, gets blocked. Whoa, what a block for Jamal Shed. Blocking Ron Holland. And Shed bringing it down. They get it over to Barnes. Barnes has it up top. They're going to hold it for the final shot of the quarter. Barnes being guarded by Holland. Barnes gets it over to Ingram. Ingram, sidestep, gets the ball knocked out of his hands by LeVert. Whew. Whew. Eric C. said, rather 95 fouls called. That time was a great NBA. Was it? Was it? What a block by Shed. I can't believe it. Brandon Ingram knocks down the fall away jumper out of the mid-range at the buzzer. Just caught it, turned, shot it up there, got it to go. And a 14-point lead at the end of this third quarter. Going into the fourth quarter, 95-81. Toronto over Detroit. Throw 12 minutes on the clock. Made a best team win. But tonight, it looks like it might be leaning towards Toronto. Vig said Detroit will not get out of the second round. They can't beat Boston, Cleveland, or the Knicks in 7. We'll see who they have in the first round, man. I think a Detroit Charlotte series would be very intriguing. Who else is in that play-in scenario? I mean, we'll see. Maybe Miami falls into the play-in, lose that first one, drop down to the 8 seed. Make the playoffs then, and then you got Detroit, Miami in the first round. That becomes fascinating to see if Detroit may end up with an incredibly difficult first round matchup. The play-in is no joke. You have this Toronto Raptors team in the play-in. Let's take a look at the standings again. Bruce said Toronto is going to have to keep making shots. Detroit will ramp up the defense. Yes, absolutely. Detroit's going to ramp up their defense here. They're going to be uber aggressive, looking for turnovers and steals. Hashman said, call got overturned. It didn't count. Oh, did it? All right, we'll change it when we get back to the game. We'll see what what it is. If we look at the playing situation here, look, you got Miami, tough matchup. Atlanta, maybe not so much, but they have been playing better as of late, so maybe tough matchup, but I'm going to strike them for the record. If Philly is healthy going into the playoffs, brother, that's a tough matchup in the first round. If Joel Embiid is going up against Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart, look at the frustrations fly for the Pistons in that first round matchup. And then you have Charlotte, which is, the apple of everybody's eyes. They came roaring in, sitting at 500 now after a really slow start to the season. So, I wouldn't want to play. Atlanta of these teams, and obviously 76ers have the caveat of they have to be healthy. But if any of these teams fall to the 8 seed and make it out of the play-in as the 8 seed, that's a tough matchup. That's a tough matchup for Detroit. I mean, they're struggling with Toronto here, who's sitting at the 6 seed. But look how close these teams are in the standings. 5 all the way down to, I wouldn't say 10 entirely, but 5 all the way down to 9. Like that's the 3 games in the loss column. That's one bad losing streak, and you're dropping back down to the play-in. Here we go. We're back into it. Sewerfly, appreciate you, Sewerfly. Thank you for that subscription. Hope you're having a good time tonight. They kick it in the corner to Sasser. Sasser pump fakes, driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Barnes knocks it away from Duren, and RJ gets it over to Pirtle and quickly will bring it down. They did take those 2 points away from Brandon Ingram. Barnes down the lane, puts up the little jumper in the paint, can't get that one to go down. Barnes comes up limping. Not what you want to see. LeVert gets it over to Harris. Harris gets it back to LeVert. LeVert swings through to his left. Spots up for the 3 as Barnes is stuck limping badly. Couldn't even contest that. I'd call a timeout and get him out of the game. Here comes Barrett bringing it down as LeVert missed that 3. They get it over to Quickly. Quickly has it up top, and it looks like Barnes is starting to jog it off a little bit here. He's not limping as badly. Quickly hands it off to, but I'll tell you what, everybody feels better once you're on offense. Barrett inside pass to Barnes over to Pirtle. Floater, got it to go for Jakob Pirtle. Beautiful ball movement by the Raptors there. And there they take their 14-point lead back. Sasser has it up top. They get it over to Harris. Left wing 3 for Harris. Got it to go. Bad defense for the Raptors there. Not locked in enough. Here comes Quickly, who has it up top. Being guarded by Sasser. Quickly. Spins, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett swings through to his left, pulls it back out, now attacking to his right. He's got a lane of the rim to the paint, throws up the floater off glass, can't get it to go. Pirtle, the offensive rebound in the paint, kicks it out to Jacoby Walter. Jacoby Walter gets pushed out of bounds, and they call the foul on Javonte Green, who's been not very active here tonight. Haven't called his name out too often. C1DZY, what's up, C1? You think Quickly will get 10? He could. Chaos Kids, the Detroit Cooking, #1 seats away. Nixon NYC, what's up, Nixon? Tyree said, if healthy, Hawks sneaky shooters, they could be, but it got to be healthy. And, all these teams got to be healthy, obviously. Barnes gets the layup and the foul off the interior pass, and he comes up limping again. Not what you want to see if you're a Toronto fan. Barnes still getting the and one layup to go down, trying to get those 3 points back from the Harris three-pointer. Eric C said, hence why in case before, better before top 8 or bust. Barnes knocks down his and one free throw. And a timeout for Detroit here. Chaos Kid said, getting nervous, Detroit? 16 for Harris, 16 for Duren. The thing about Jalen Duren is he's an excellent play finisher. But I think you need a little bit more creativity from Duren, whether it's dumping it down to him in the post occasionally or getting it to him in the high post and having him face up or something. It can't just be off of pick and rolls, man. It can't just be off. You can't have a steady diet of just pick and rolls, right? It feels like they don't utilize him at all when Cade Cunningham is out of the game. Also, Dennis Jenkins no longer in the rotation? Or is he hurt? Nixon said, I got Charlotte over Detroit in round 1. We'll see what the matchups end up, but that would be an interesting upset pick because I think there's value there for sure. Fortnite Clip said, who got hurt? Nobody. Well, Barnes is limping around a little bit here. Is Dennis Jenkins available to play, or is he just out of the rotation? No, Isaiah Stewart's the only one on the injury report here. Oof. Oof. Dennis Jenkins out. Getting a DNP CD is kind of crazy for the guy who was fantastic when he was on a two-way, and then once he signed that guaranteed contract, forgot how to play basketball. And now out of the rotation. Kevin Huerter, Marcus Sasser ahead of him. All right. Ahmed said, man, what's the hype about Charlotte? They haven't been relevant since Alano Mourning, Bugsy, Mo Grandmama. I mean, that's the hype, is that they're finally relevant after all this time, right? They had a little blip there during the Kemba Walker years. But it feels like, oh, man, they got a strong young core now between LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple, and Brandon Miller right now. And then the rise of Moussa Diabate, they're relevant again. That's the hype. They're very good. They have really good victories, especially the second half of the season. Florida, Zeru, what's up, Florida? Okay, could Cunningham get 13 assists? Probably not. He's pretty far behind the 8 ball in that regard. Cade Cunningham has 7 assists. Could he get 13? Could he get 6 more assists in this quarter? I guess he could. Not out of the realm of possibility. Scottie Barnes tonight, 12 points, 9 boards, 7 assists, 3 blocks. He's a plus 25 here tonight. He has been so good. Again, I've been waxing poetic about Barnes all night. I think he's been spectacular. I think he's been the best player on the court for both teams. Yes, that's including Cade Cunningham. I think Barnes has been the best player on the court tonight. Offensively and defensively, just dictating this game all night long. And he remains in there. Now they're going to bring a double team over to Sasser. He spins. They get over to Harris. Harris has it up top being guarded by Barnes. And the team taking up the defensive pressure here is indeed the Toronto Raptors. So much so that Jacoby Walter picks up a foul at the half-court line. Don't want to see that. Dark Ash, what's up, Dark Ash? Raptors usually choke fourth quarters. They do, which is why this game's not over yet. Cade Cunningham will come in and have something to say about it. We'll see if Toronto can hold on. Sasser picks up his handle. He's got nowhere to go. They get over to Duren. Duren up top, attacking Pirtle down the lane. Can't get the layup to go. He's looking for the foul call. He doesn't get it. Jacoby Walter gets it over to Barnes. Barnes has it up top. And some more great defense from Toronto. Barnes and Pirtle converging there on the block by Duren. Block on Duren. Scottie Barnes, cross-court pass, wide open. Jacoby Walter, a right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Duren snags it. Quick outlet to Green. Javonte Green bringing it down on the right wing. Gets it up top to Duren. Duren driving it down against Pirtle. Now up top. Picks up his handle. Tries to lob it down low to nobody. Not sure what Duren saw there in that play. And Jacoby Walter hands it off to Barrett. Not with this kind of pressure that Toronto is providing, Duren. Not a smart pass at all. 14-point lead still for Toronto with 9:30 to go in this fourth quarter. Quickly driving it down. Floater off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Harris with the high rebound. Quick outlet to LeVert. LeVert has it up top. LeVert gets it over to Harris. Harris on the right wing. Harris gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Over to Sasser. Sasser immediately put up the 3. Can't get it to go. Harris mishandles the pass. He can't get the 3 off. LeVert's going to drive it down in the paint. Goes up. Reverse layup. Smokes it. Was afraid of Barnes standing there. Players diving for that loose ball. Sasser picks it up. He has it in the paint. They kick it out to LeVert. They get it up top to Green. They swing it over to Harris. Harris attacking Barrett. Leans in. Fall away baseline jumper. Got to go for Tobias Harris. A little serendipity there for Toronto to end up with a couple of possessions, a couple of shots, a couple of cracks at the apple there. A couple of bites at the apple. That's the phrasing. That's what I was looking for. Quickly has it up top in a 12-point game. They get over to Barrett. Barrett on the right wing being guarded by LeVert. Swings through to his right. He's got a lane. Leans in. Pulls it out, kicks it over to Pirtle. Pirtle throws up the little floater, can't get it to go, and Duren the rebound. And now here comes Sasser bringing it down the other way. He can cut it to 10 or get it back to single digits. Sasser has it up top, crossing over to his left. Down the lane, stinking it back to his right hand. He leans in, throws up the floater. Can't get the floater to go down, and Pirtle hits the floor as Duren picks up the loose ball and lays it up and in. Pirtle on the floor, looking like he's hurt. Not what you want to see. 10-point game, 8 minutes to go. Pirtle helped up to his feet. Seems fine. Pirtle seems fine. Maybe just wanting the foul call a little bit there. A little upset. Runzo to Brunza. All-Star, only 2 points, 17 minutes played. It's his first game back. First game back, right? First game back from the ankle injury. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Ozahar said, beat the Detroit Fakers. That nickname is reserved for that team down there in Los Angeles. I'll tell you that. Tobias Harris, though, has been quietly excellent tonight for the Detroit Pistons as a release valve. 8 for 10 from the field for 18 points. Jalen Duren also chipping in with 18 points. How many points does Cade have right now? Omar Harrell. What's up, Omar? It's a 12-point lead. It is a 10-point lead, 98 to 88 right now. Cade Cunningham with 25, 3 and 7. 2 turnovers, 2 steals. It's a minus 12 here tonight. Scottie Barnes has been phenomenal tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if he has the highest plus minus. He does indeed by a mile. Plus 21 for Scottie Barnes. Every time he's on the court, I'm like, oh yeah, the Raptors are winning. Duh. Scottie Barnes is on the court. He's got 12, 9, and 7 with 3 blocks, no turnovers. He's got 4 offensive rebounds to go along with his 5 defensive rebounds. Ingram's been their go-to scorer here with 26 points. He only has 1 rebound and a turnover. But my guy is get buckets only. That's my job. Put the ball in the rim. Put the ball through the basket. That's all I do. Omar said, Cade going for 35 plus in a comeback. We'll see. It's definitely possible. Definitely possible. The bench contributions for for Detroit, pretty good, pretty egalitarian bench scoring. 9 for LeVert, 3 for Green, 2 for Holland, 4 for Reed, 3 for Herter, 3 for Sasser. So everybody outside of Paul Reed and LeVert have only hit 1 shot, but that's more than enough. At least you contributed something. As far as Toronto goes, they got 8 from Mamukelashvili, 2 from Ogbo, who only played 3 minutes, 2 for Shed, who's played 20 minutes, and Jacoby Walter knocked down a 3. So leaning on their starters pretty heavily here tonight. RJ with 21, 5, and 1 assist tonight for RJ Barrett. Pirtle with 18 points and 13 rebounds. He's hooping out there as the starting center. Omar said, Duren best big in the East? Not even close, brother. Not when you play in the same conference as Karl Anthony Towns. Unfortunately for Duren. But still only 22 years old. Fusion Gamer. What's a Fusion Gamer? Do you think Duncan Robinson's going to get back in and need 5 points from him? He'll probably come back in. He's a starter for this team. They'll trust him to come back into this game. Jamal Shed kicks out the Quickly up top. He's going to pump fake, drive the lane. He throws up the floater. Too strong, can't get it to go for Quickly there. And Duren, yet another rebound. Here comes Karis LeVert, left side of the court, picked up by Barrett. Coming to his right off the screen. They swing it out. Sasser, the right wing 3. Can't get that one to go. Would have been a big momentous shot. Pirtle the rebound and saves it over to Barrett. Barrett bringing it down the other way. Barrett spinning to his right on LeVert, spinning to his left in the paint. Leans in, throws up the floater. Got it to go for Barrett. Created just enough space and got the little push shot floater to go down. I forgot to give Detroit that extra point. My apologies. That other basket. So it's 100 to 88. The one from Harris before the timeout. So LeVert has it up top, coming to his right for a high Duren screen, driving it down quickly, does a good job recovering. They swing it out to Harris. Harris works his way to the foul line, pull-up jumper over Barrett, can't get it to go. Pirtle knocks the rebound away from Duren, and Barrett picks it up. And now Barrett has it up top, 7 minutes to go. We're quickly approaching the halfway point. Ingram directing some traffic. He wants to screen from Jamal Shed there. He wants to switch to Sasser. They get over to Barrett. Now Ingram has it in the post. Ingram spins and gets the ball ripped right out of his hands by Javonte Green. He's going to go in and throw it down. And Ingram is hurting, holding his hand. Omar said, where's Cade? Where is Cade? Cade played majority of that third quarter and is sitting on the bench right now. As most stars tend to do to start the fourth quarter, that hasn't been the normal rotation for Cade Cunningham this season. He usually starts the fourth, comes out in the middle, and then comes back in to close it. But he is not starting the fourth quarter here tonight. And we'll see when he comes back into the game. I assume after this timeout. Trey Jordan said, do you think Cade and Ingram will come back in soon? Yes. Well, Ingram is in now, and Cade will probably come back in after this timeout here. Trey said, never mind, Ingram's back in. Ingram's back in, but Cade should be coming out after this timeout. Ozahar said, Naz beating the Cavs? Uh-oh. A little trouble over there in Cleveland. They did get Max Strus back. Regan Sinjao? What's up, Regan? Where's Cade? Cade on the bench right now. We'll see if he comes back out. He should. He should. HB Link said, Detroit, your basketball is still within you. Now is your time to let it out. Jordan said, tell them to bring back Thompson. Thompson probably on a minutes restriction coming back from the injury. Dark Ash said, Cade is fading. Cade is back in the game, as you can see. So is Thompson. So they have their top 3 guys in there between Cade, Thompson, and Duren. Pirtle has it up top. Pirtle gets it down low to Barnes. Barnes has it, being guarded by Javonte Green. Spins, follow-away jumper in the paint. Got it to go for Scottie Barnes. Barnes has been incredible tonight. It's been incredible. Albert, what's up, Albert? Cunningham bringing it down, being guarded by Barrett. Crosses over to his left. Down the lane, crosses over to his right. In the paint, hop steps, high layup off glass. Got it to go for Cade Cunningham there. 10-point game, 6 minutes to go. More than enough time to mount this comeback here. Here comes Barnes bringing it down. Being guarded by Green. They get it over to Pirtle. And an off-ball foul on Sasser, pushing Jamal Shead. Off-ball there. Bruce said Toronto needs to continue to get baskets. They do. They do. Brandon Ingram remains in the game with, holding his hand previously. Here comes Duncan Robinson now subbing back in. They're getting the starting lineup back out there. Sasser subs out. They get it in the Barnes. And here we go. We are past the halfway point of this fourth quarter, and a 10-point lead goes to Toronto. Shed blows past Duncan Robinson, gets the layup to go for Jamal Shed. What an explosive move. I think that might be the most explosive move I've ever seen Jamal Shed make. Cunningham up top being guarded by Barrett. Good defense from Barrett. Forces the kick over to Green. Green puts up the 3. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Pirtle will send Javonte Green to the foul line for 3 free throws. And Pirtle, a couple of silly mental mistakes here in this fourth quarter. Omar said Robinson is cooked on defense, and we're going to get a challenge here. And a challenge here from Toronto. I know. It's not a challenge. The refs are just going to go see if it meets the criteria of a reckless closeout, so it could be a flagrant. Dark Ash said clutch Cade time. We'll see. We'll see. Albert said, is it defense or are they missing shots or both? Usually a mixture of both, but it's really good defense from Toronto. Toronto's playing really good defense right now. Ozar's had plenty of time. Been hopping for Raptors. Bruce said that was a sell. He stuck his big toe out. I don't think this is a coach's challenge, so I don't think they can overturn this. Okay, so there was miscommunication between the officials. The official was coming over for a reckless closeout review, so it could be a flagrant. But the refs did, the coaching staff for Toronto did challenge it. It is a foul. No flagrant, just a regular foul. 3 point free throws, 3 free throws for Javonte Green here. PXM said, I need Barnes for 15. Barnes sitting with what, 14? Barnes sitting with 14. 5 for 11 from the field, 9 boards, 7 assists for Barnes. Darnell said, Cleveland is losing. All right, while we have the 3 free throws up on screen, let's go around the league for a second. Oh, wow. Losing by, and they're going to end up losing the game. A minute to go, down 12 to the Dallas Mavericks, 130. Now down 10, 130 to 120. Wow. The other game already ended. It is the Bucks beat the Pacers. Come on, Indiana. Come on, you gave up 40 points in the third quarter. Yeah, so Cleveland's going to lose. Knicks get a little bit of breathing space for that 3rd seed. With an easy schedule coming up, you got to take care of business. Javonte Green knocks down both free throws. He's got one more coming. 5:44 to go. Sandro Mamakalish really comes in for the struggling Jakob Poeltl there. Want a more versatile defender, I think, in this situation. As Javonte Green knocks down all 3 of his free throws. 9-point game. It's a big-time foul for Toronto. It's big time for Javonte Green to knock down all 3. Barrett has it up top being guarded by Cunningham. They get it over to Barnes. Barnes being guarded by Green. Barnes swings through, attacking the baseline. Drop step, kicks it out to Ingram. Ingram with the pass fake. Now he's going to attack to his right, spins to his left, spins back to his right. Fall away jumper over Thompson. Can't get it to go. Mama College really knocks it out to Barnes. They kick it back over to Ingram. Right corner three for Ingram. Can't get it to go. Rebound over to Paul Reed. And now here comes Cunningham pushing it the other way. Paul Reed in the game instead of Duren as well, by the way. Cunningham up top, dancing around the Paul Reed screen. Cunningham crosses over to his left, crosses over back over to his right. Triple teamed, has it in the paint, and ultimately gets fouled. And Mamu College really can't believe it. Keith, what's up, Keith? I'm hoping that Detroit loses by 1 point. Let's go, Toronto. Why 1 point? What's so special about the 1 point? KP Cooking Vibes, what's up, KP? They took Duren out. They did take Duren out. Now they put him back in. Pirtle also comes back in. Maybe they're matching Pirtle and Duren minutes right now in this fourth quarter, and they didn't want Duren matched up with Mamu Kalashvili. You could spread it out to 3. Who knows? I don't know. That was weird. Cunningham up top, tagging to his right. Fall away jumper over Barnes. Got it to go. Barnes screaming at himself like, I can't play better defense than that. I'm all over him. Contested it high. And Cunningham still knocks down the pull-up midi. Shed has it up top, hands it off to Ingram. Ingram coming to his right off the Pirtle screen. Ingram gets it over to RJ. RJ Bear, right corner 3, no hesitation. Too strong, can't get it to go. Pirtle knocks the rebound in the air. Barnes able to pick up and back out the Shed. Now up top to Ingram. 7-point lead for Toronto here. Ingram dancing with it, loses the handle, picks it back up. Shot clock to 5, got to make something out of nothing. Ingram sees a double team attacking to his left, mid-range, throws it up there, comes up short, fight for the rebound. And all-star Thompson picks up a foul, trying to box out Scottie Barnes. And Scottie Barnes turns to a teammate and starts flexing a little bit. They can't keep me off the glass. Too big, too strong, too talented, too relentless. And the ball is going to stay here with Toronto. Flipside collects YouTube. What's up, Flipside? All I need is Cade to get 3 more assists for my parlay. I'm rooting for you, brother. I'm rooting for you. Toronto able to keep possession here, and they get it into Jamal Shed. Shed being guarded by Duncan Robinson, coming to his right off a Pirtle screen, leaning in, step back, throws up the floater off glass, comes up short, battle for the rebound, knocked over to Thompson, hit ahead to Cunningham, shot out of a cannon, crossing over on Barnes, to the rim, throws down a one-handed hammer. You want to talk about too big, too strong, too talented? Cade Cunningham just blowing past the defense there for the dunk, and it's a 5-point game with under 4 minutes to go. Not done here tonight, folks. And Barnes throws it away. Tried to just get it over to Ingram. Thought Ingram was popping out. He thought Ingram was popping out. Ingram was cutting towards the hoop, and Barnes throws it behind them, and it goes out of bounds. Here comes Detroit. Lana Mona said, plenty of time for Detroit to make the comeback. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Here we go. Cunningham has it up top. He's being guarded by Barrett. Coming to his right off a double screen. Barnes trying to stick with him, but he gets called for the foul, trying to fight over the Duren screen. And it's side out of bounds. Trixie? What's up, Trixie? 12 bands on the line right now. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. 3:30 to go here. 5-point game. Thompson has it up top. And now they call the offensive foul on Detroit. On Cade Cunningham here. It's a rough mistake there. That's a rough one. Here comes Quickly. Quickly has it up top, being guarded by Cunningham. Quickly wants to dribble out as much time as possible. Coming to his right. Time not on the Pistons side, but they have more than enough of it to pull off this 5-point comeback that's remaining. Barnes gets in the air, kicks over to Quickly, extra pass Ingram, wide open 3 from Brandon Ingram, and he rattles it in, a big-time shot from Brandon Ingram to give them the 8-point cushion. 3 minutes to go now. Cunningham bringing it down, stinging it back to his right hand, bullet pass inside to Thompson for the two-handed slam. Detroit going very quickly there. And Quickly bringing it down to his right, being guarded by Thompson. Thompson knocks the ball out of his hands, but it's going to stay here with Toronto. 107 to 101. It's a 6-point game. Justin Rule said, how many turnovers does Duren have right now? How many turnovers does Duren have? I guess we can look that up real quick. They get it into Barnes. They get it over to Barrett. Barrett coming to his left, pulls it back out. Barrett with 8 on the clock, coming to his right off a barn screen. Barrett crosses over against Robinson. Pump fake, leans in, floater. Can't get it to go. Pirtle on the glass. Tips it up and in for Jakob Pirtle. Duren has 1 turnover. Cal Pucky, what's up, Cal Pucky? Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for that subscription. Duren down low to Thompson. Thompson in the paint. Kicks it out to Harris. A right corner 3. He rattles into 3 for Tobias Harris. And it's back to a 5-point game. After all of that, we're back to a 5-point game. A minute off the clock. We got 2 minutes to go now. Quickly bringing it down. He has it up top to get over to Pirtle. Pirtle gets it over to Ingram. Ingram spins, coming to his left. He's got space. Leaves it off of Pirtle. Ball knocked out of his hands by Cunningham. Ingram able to recover it. There's still more than enough time. Shot clock now down to 5. He's got Robinson isolated onto him. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go. And the foul on Duncan Robinson. That's his 5th. And Brandon Ingram will go to the foul line for 1 more. A disastrous outcome for Detroit here, but they got 2 minutes to go. Not out of the weeds yet for Toronto. More than enough time for Detroit to make this comeback. Ingram at the foul line for 1 more, though, can put them back up by 8. Brandon Ingram misses the free throw, though. Barnes battling on the glass. Barnes saying, they knocked my headband off my head. How is that not a foul? Step back 3 for Cunningham. Can't get it to go. Barrett snatches a big, strong rebound over Thompson. They get over to Quickly. Quickly will bring it down. And Icon John Edmitano, appreciate you, Icon. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Quickly has it up top, 1:30 to go. Time not on Detroit's side. They're not pressuring. Quickly with the step back 3. That could be the dagger. He can't get it to go during the rebound. Here comes Cunningham. Cunningham pushing it the other way. They got to go quickly. Turning on the Jets, putting his head down. Bump Euro, draws the foul on Barrett going towards the rim. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Omar said Robinson is becoming a liability. Only 1 point today. 5 fouls. Can't guard anybody here tonight. Usually he can offset him not being a good defender with him being a good offensive player and actually knocking down shots for his team and spacing the court. Not doing any of that tonight and still being a bad defender out there. I would not be closing with Duncan Robinson here tonight. Cade Cunningham at the foul line for 2, though. Knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Mr. Nonsense as well. I didn't see that one before. Appreciate you, Mr. Nonsense. Thank you for the subscription. $1:19 to go. Cunningham knocks down both free throws. And the Raptors bringing it down. This should be under a minute by the time they shoot it. It's only a 5-point game, though. So you want as good of a shot as you can get. Barrett isolated against Harris, driving it down, leans in, step back, foul line, fall away, jumper, got it to go. R.J. Barrett, ice water in his veins. Cunningham trying to match him. He's bringing it down the other way. Rogue, Sune R, appreciate you, Rogue, appreciate you. Cunningham, the pull-up straightaway 3, comes up short, can't get the friendly bounce. Pirtle the rebound, over to Ingram, over to Barrett, and they're going to wind down the clock. Tim Robles with a subscription. Appreciate you, Tim. Appreciate you. Barnes has it up top. They get over to Barrett. Barrett up top. Barrett has been the go-to guy here. They show a double team over to Barnes. Barnes on the left wing. They're just going to dribble out as much time as possible. They get over to Barrett. Barrett gets it over to Ingram. Wide open, right corner 3. And there's your dagger, folks. There's the 10-point lead and the dagger. And that will send Detroit home with a loss. Cunningham pushing it the other way. They kick it up top. Javonte Green, a straightaway 3. He comes up well short. Rebound to Pirtle. Pirtle has it, being guarded by Cunningham. They get it over to Ingram. They call the foul on Cunningham. It's going to send Pirtle to the foul line for 2, but that is going to wrap this one up here this afternoon. Going into the night, it is now 6 p.m., y'all. But this one's going to wrap it up right here. End of days. What's up, end of days? Don't touch me. What's up, don't touch me? PXM. Come on, Scottie. Need 15. Pirtle's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Doesn't look like Scottie's going to get the 15. Pirtle misses a free throw. Hoobie and GG's. Darnell, this game's over. What a fun ending. Double A Pokemon. What's up, Double A? Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for that subscription. Pirtle. does at least knock down the second free throw, gives them 11. The 11-point lead, Cunningham bringing it down. And this one will end it. They get inside the Dern, pad the stats just a little bit with the dunk there. Get it into Barnes, and Barnes hit ahead to Barrett, and that will end it. Barrett's actually going to take the two-handed slam. And talk about pad the stats a little bit here. Cunningham's going to push it the other way and pad the stats a little bit here. Throws a lob up top of Dern. Barnes knocks it loose, and Ingram picks it up. And that will end it. And I like that they didn't play. They played to the end there. They didn't just allow them to dribble out the clock. I like that a little bit, but that is going to wrap it up right there. Tony Fitness said, good job, brother. Glad I came claim up on this channel. Appreciate you, Tony. Appreciate you. We do games 6 days a week, y'all. We are live at least, sometimes 7. We are live at least 6 days a week to cover as much basketball as possible. We already covered the Minnesota Timberwolves losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder. We immediately pivoted and started covering Detroit versus Toronto. And then now we're going to take about an hour break, but we will be back to cover the primetime game as the New York Knicks will lay host to the Golden State Warriors. It should be a good one here tonight. The Knicks should have a ton of fun because the Warriors are not playing anybody. But we will be back later tonight. Chocolate Starford said, good job all day. See you again. Stay safe. Stay safe, everybody. We're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here. Make sure everybody go ahead, do what you got to do. Go eat some food. Go take a nap. Go rest. But we got to bring the energy back for one more game, y'all. We're going for the full triple header here tonight. Mindset, John, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Real quick look around the landscape of the NBA slate here today. The Pistons end up going down to the Raptors here. The other games have also concluded. We know the Thunder went down. The Thunder took care of business against the Timberwolves. The Mavs took care of business against the Cavs. What an upset victory there tonight. The Bucks took care of business against the Pacers. That one a little bit to be expected, especially with Giannis available to play. And then obviously, like I said, later tonight, the game we will be covering is the Warriors taking on the Knicks. So we will be live around 7:40-ish. Right, to go through a little pregame rundown. Not much to talk about on the Warriors side. More so going to be focused on the Knicks side, mostly because the Warriors are missing so many players. But again, we'll talk about it later tonight. But with that being said, my goodness, y'all, I appreciate you. Wiz said, is Detroit a regular season team? I think so, Wiz. I think so. But time will tell. They're going to have their opportunity and their say here in the playoffs. We're close, right? About what? A month? About a month away. We're close. We're close. All right, so we're going to sign it off here, and I want to give a shout-out to all of the channel members. Whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member all on your own, I appreciate you guys so much for your support here. The first game was fantastic. The showing out was great. Here tonight, this Toronto-Detroit game has been a fantastic showing. Thank you guys for hanging out with me here today. Lisa Delaney, appreciate you, Lisa. We will be back, like I said, later in the night, around 7:40. I think it's already set up, so you can go ahead and join that stream room. But I will see you guys later tonight. But with that being said, remember, guys, varsity before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you in a bit. See you later. Bye.